Trying to set it up now if you're in the room, people.
I'm gonna have a baby.
I'm just getting everything set up. If you're coming in early, I'm just here early because I didn't want it to mess up in the middle of the show. I'm just getting everything set up. I don't know what channel it is. What channel is AMC? I didn't really watch it off the app, so I don't know what channel it's actually on.
Would you like a plate?
7:31.
Napkin, trough.
Boop. There we go.
These are for you.
Hello, everybody. I'm just getting everything set up now. For now, I'll let you watch some of The Walking Dead with me till I get it set up. I'm getting everything set up, guys, so don't mind me. I might sit right here and just watch it like there. Then you guys can see me as I watch it.
Come on, ma'am. Stay, ma'am. The only reason you and your friends are alive is because I let you live.
What do you want?
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just getting this crap out of here real quick.
My people, the Whisperers, we live as nature intended.
It's just all the bullshit you feed your sheep. So they'll follow you.
They follow me because I am the alpha. And if the alpha doesn't assert herself, then there's chaos. That is what I've done.
Hey, guys. I am literally just fixing up the room because it's still early. Ain't that bad?
The next time they cross into
I hope
my
it's not
land,
lagging that bad, or if it's
my
just...
horde will cross into theirs.
I'm going to go see in the other room if it's lagging that bad. But watch this. I'm just fixing up the room. The next one's starting. We got like 20 minutes.
Stay as you need.
How's that supposed to mean?
Leave. Come. Your friends have been waiting for you in the field due north.
Did you kill Lydia?
Coward. Are you all right? Come with me. No. I believe in these people. Boys and talk. I'm staying here. They care about each other here. They care about me. To keep me safe, they kill you. All I have to do is scream. You just walk away. You leave me and everyone here alone, or I will. I'll scream. I'll risk everything for you. You're not wrong. I was only doing my part. Mothers have to do to protect their young. I know what you're talking about. I've had to live with it every day of my life. But I don't want these people to hurt me.
Hey guys, I just wanted to check in the other room to make sure it wasn't like lagging and stuff like that, but it actually is lagging a little. I'm gonna try to fix that, and I'm gonna set up over here and watch it 15, 20 minutes. I'll be back.
Which is more than you guys have given me. I was just trying to make you strong. But you're not one of us. You never were. I don't think you can protect my daughter. But I hope I'm wrong.
You are.
With Burger King's BK Cafe, enjoy your favorite coffee in different ways, like brewed coffee in any size for just 50 cents, or a small iced coffee or a frappe.
Hey guys, I'm coming back. I think it stopped lagging. Maybe not so bad. I think it was just like catching up. I think we're all right.
Things that come in threes are inherently more appealing. We couldn't agree more. Three SUVs, one GMC. Current eligible non-GM lessees get this all-wheel drive Acadia SLE1 for around $199 per month, or this all-wheel drive Terrain for around $179 per month.
The Ford Escape is the car you want when you want an SUV. But also the SUV you want when you want a car.
Now get an Escape with 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,250 bonus cash, or lease for just $169 a month.
Hey guys,
Only
if you're in this room, I am just fixing stuff. Hello, what's that say? Jack HD Gamer, hello, what's up? I'm just getting everything ready, guys. This is the end of last week's episode. This is just about to be the Pike scene. So if you haven't seen last week's, you're going to get this ruined. But if you want, watch it till I set everything up. I'm just early.
Very excited. Are you excited?
Yeah, I think just peed a little. No, that's me. That's very twisty.
It's not the sort of place you want to visit alone at night.
I'm actually pretty good at being alone at night.
Nope, that did not sound right at all. Have you ever talked to a woman before?
Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Rated PG. Only in
I'm just trying to see why it's. Do you guys hear it okay? The people that are in the room right now, do you hear it okay? Or is it like lagging real bad or anything? I'm just trying to fix it before it starts. Is like the TV too loud?
Wait, both for that price? Both?
Both.
Her first word.
And you get both on Sprint's network.
If you're in here, let me know. I don't know. Could you even? I mean, I'm assuming you can hear me, obviously.
For just $35 a month. No trade-in required.
Turn it up a little. Okay, turn it up a little. I thought it might be too loud.
I'm not ready for this.
I'll put it like that. You guys can hear me good though? You can hear me all right? Jack HD. It seems like it's lagging a lot. Maybe because the TV, once the show starts, I'm going to flip it around to me and my sister. She's on her way now. And then it won't probably lag as bad because it'll just be us. But I think when it's stationary like this and not moving 100 miles an hour, we're good. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna fix a couple things. I think we got like 10 minutes. I just gotta make sure my sister gets here. Gotta let her inside. I'll be back. Feel free to watch the Pike scene. It's coming on after this commercial. The Pike scene from last week. Someone else is in there. Hello, whoever you are that just came in. Pike scene's coming on from last week. I just gotta go get my sister, let her in. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Not even, like 2 minutes.
We die.
The mountain's territory. Trigger a war.
We didn't agree to those borders. The borders are hers, not ours.
Lydia.
I want to be alone.
Hello, everybody. I'm just gonna watch this with you for a second while my sister's on her way. We got 8 minutes. Hello, my sister's here, guys. This is just the end of last week's. You came at right the greatest part. I have it facing this way for now. I'm gonna flip it around once the both the cats are freaking out. I don't think anyone fed her. No.
Hello, have you seen Frankie?
Horrible.
Dog is upset. She didn't like this part.
She keeps thinking I got food for her. Like now she goes right in front of the camera.
You seen how you run? You're supposed to maybe.
Hey, get out of there. Horrible. I assuming by now you have all seen this part, obviously. I've already seen it. I'm just watching because of the end.
I'm almost here. She's gone. I can't find him. But she definitely saw it.
No, yeah, I've rewatched it so many times. When it starts, I think I'm going to shift it this way. The only thing is that the laptop's not. I'm so used to my computer. It's so quick. I'm not used. The laptop lags. See, like it lags a little bit. If I go quick, it lags. See, like my hand. On my computer's so fast. I'm not used to that. I'm on another computer, guys. That is my sister behind me. I'm on a different computer than usual, so it might lag a little. See, like on my computer, I can go like this. That totally screwed with this computer. Hopefully, you guys are getting a decent. Is it look and sound decent, guys, on the laptop? I got 7 of us in here.
It was taken with the others.
Come here.
I saw.
I'm gonna put my sister here. Dobby, you can't run in front of the camera.
I was supposed to die with
We
them.
might have to lock her up if she's getting because mommy's coming in with yogurt and she will freak out.
Then Alpha whispered in my ear.
What's up, guys?
Well done.
You want to talk or chat? Feel free. I'll write.
Something hit me.
I will
every
comment.
black.
We're just watching the end of last week until it starts.
When I woke up, I was alone.
Here, Jess, you sit here. My sister's gonna talk to you for a minute because I just want to check. Sit here because you can see good
It was evil.
and talk. Like just talk.
Hiding.
And I think she let
Just
me
talk
alive.
because I want to see what it sounds like in the other room, just on the computer. You can sit here and just. You don't have to freak out. Just make sure I can see you because I want to see if it's lag.
I want to tell you a different story.
Ray! Hi, Ray. I know you.
See, before the end, Ozzy, Alec, and DJ found us.
It's the saddest part.
Right,
They
Dobby.
gave us an opening, and everyone fought back. They fought like hell.
They did pretty well for people. Hi, Ray. They did pretty well
Right.
for being tied up and.
Because they defended each other. And they sacrificed for each other, and some of them,
Enid!
they didn't even know each other, but they still
Right, Enid!
fought.
Put up the dukes!
Like they were family.
Yeah. That's my girl.
Until the very end.
And he kept on. She is such an amazing actress. She's like Negan. Like, you hate him, but you love him.
It does lag a lot. I'm sorry if it's lagging a lot, guys. It's lagging an awful. If the
Sorry,
computer's
Ray,
not
I'm
good.
sitting
Yeah,
over here.
their time was cut short.
The computer is so slow.
Ours keeps
Can you
going.
hear it?
Yeah, you can hear it and stuff, but it is lagging a lot.
So we have to keep going. For them and
Michonne's like, I knew this was gonna
for
happen.
all of us.
We met him at the
need
Walker
to honor
Soccer
them.
Con.
We need to honor them. We need to
I'm
remember
wondering if I should just do it off my phone like I was gonna.
family.
It looks fine.
Find
It's
a
just
hero.
Nah,
lagging
it was
a
like that
little bit.
before.
Well, you don't think it won't lag on your
Because
phone?
on my phone it doesn't lag at all.
That's the story that I want to tell you.
Say hi, Dobby.
That's the story.
Say hi,
And I
Dobby.
want us all to remember.
Hello, guys. We're gonna flip it around here now so we can sit and watch because if I run it like this, it lags way too much. This is the end of last week's episode. You can sit there, just I'll sit on the side. Hey guys, I'm gonna flip it like this now. I feel like it's lagging way too much with all the motion of the television, so I'm gonna put this like this, and you will see me and my sister react to the new episode because we all saw that one already. So I'm gonna sit over here if I can fit my fat butt. Yoink. Starting in 30 seconds, guys. I may have just flashed my butt to you guys. I'm not positive about that. Hello, everybody. We're about to watch Walking Dead finale.
No! As long as it ain't here, let's have snow.
See, it'll lag less.
Of the Walking Dead.
Hello, everybody. If you feel like chatting, this is my sister, Jessie. You guys saw her one other time for last week's episode. But all I got was the end where the horrible Pike scene happened. My mom is over here too, but she doesn't like to be included in this. Now look at her face. No, people do it all. My mom doesn't understand that there are people that do this all the time that don't want to include. They don't want to be on screen. Yeah, I get it. Some people don't want to be on screen. So you may hear my mom's voice. This is my mom's blanket. My mom's got a giant one.
Good thing you didn't get thrown off that mountain.
But here we go. It's starting, guys. Walking Dead finale.
Davi, come on.
Previously on The Walking Dead.
Alexandria is going to grant asylum to Lydia.
She's one of us now.
Phil Tubbs in danger because of me. Please, Mom. I just want you to go. I was just trying to make you strong. But you're not one of us. You never were. I've locked the border to the north. You're scared as you leave. Your friends are waiting for you in the future north.
Heads on pikes.
Heads on pikes.
Is that the radio? I think that's the radio thing that Eugene's playing. Yeah.
Oh, are we going to hear Rick?
I kept trying to hold on.
It's Ezekiel.
We did. Things fall apart. The cold set in.
Oh, so it's a time jump.
Okay. It's going to be so much snow.
The rot spread. It's knowing when to keep fighting. Knowing when it's over.
She doesn't look defeated, though.
I'm wondering how much time. I'm wondering, like, how much time. It's got to be months. Maybe like a month.
You need help. Shelter. On the storms to come.
I'm surprised they keep Lydia included in the whole bunch.
Thanks for this.
You're welcome. I can't see. I had on my glasses, guys.
But we'll never forget the magic we built in this place.
They got a little cartoon of Henry. Get away. Prince Henry.
Thank you.
You might have to put Dobby away. Dobby, our cat doesn't shut up. Takes after me.
She just wants a sock. Leave her alone. So watch her.
The acts of courage. Cowards die many times before their deaths.
I like that. That's cool.
It's like, is their contract void now? Because Tara's dead and she signed it.
Value
Like, who's running Hilltop?
never tasted death but once.
Yeah, who do you think running Hilltop?
I don't know. I forget who's at Hilltop. Like, who's at Hilltop that would take over? And everyone dies.
He does.
Ezekiel's my favorite. If you guys saw our reaction last week, I was freaking. I thought it was Ezekiel. She thought it was Ezekiel. Horrible. But it wasn't Ezekiel. It was Henry. Here comes the winter. I thought Jerry, and last week, I thought the first Highwayman was Jerry.
Oh, I know, I did too, actually. I got scared. Like, Jerry's fun. I am upset about that Highwayman, though. He's cool. I wanted to see more.
No, the Highwaymen were probably my favorite addition to the season, and they died before the finale. I'm assuming there's more Highwaymen now, like other guys.
We must be valued too.
Tara hurt my heart, too.
Tara, I honestly, that was probably the most I've ever liked Tara this season, and then they killed her.
Oh, now it just snowing.
Started snowing.
So I guess, yeah.
Started snowing. I'm trying to move slow because things make the camera angle
I
jerk.
liked how Tara kind of started to act a little more confident and take control. Like, she was acting more like a badass, and then that upset me.
Yeah, I can't show the screen for the whole thing for fear of copyright. So I'm going to re-edit this later. Once this is over, I could download this to YouTube and then re-edit it, and I will actually sync up the video with the clips. So I will. This is just the live one, so you can't see. But I'm gonna actually sync it up where I could actually have the video too.
Every
You want to
material
put her in the
purposely
bedroom? That
chosen.
might get annoying after a while.
Every texture thought out. Every button.
The cat. If you guys like cats, if you don't like cats, then I will eat my cat. On screen, I will eat my cat for you because she just cries the whole time.
That's coffee.
Yeah, Ron. Last week's episode was. I honestly think last week's episode was the saddest. It's not the most violent and the most gruesome, but I'm going to pause this so you see.
Of this season?
I'm muting the TV for now. But I think that last week's episode was the saddest because never have we seen that many important people die at one moment. And there was a lot of significant people. Like, they've killed large groups of people before, but like they're all like nobodies. And then like one good person. There's never been like, this is just, if you guys are joining the room, I just muted the TV because it's a commercial break. But yeah, no, there's never been a moment I could recall like the Pike scene where Tammy, I consider Tammy a main character, the Highwayman a main character. Yeah, Tammy was big this season. And it was Brett Butler, who's a famous actress, Grace Under Fire. I think she won Emmys and stuff. But the Highwaymen were big. Enid was big. Tara was big. Henry was not my favorite, but a lot of people's favorite. That's 5 out of the 10 were major people.
And they focused a lot on Henry the last few episodes.
Yeah.
Or the whole series.
And I don't know if you read it like I read, but people were saying that they thought Henry was going to be the next Carl. They're like, oh, they killed Carl to make room for Henry. And then Henry dies. And like, I was trying to figure this out last week. Did Carl die earlier before the mid-season break or last season?
He died at the end of the mid-season.
So it was season 9.
And then, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
That's what I thought. So season 9, hey, get away from that camera. A lot of people died in this season. And Carl, so like basically they didn't even make it a half a season. And the new Carl that everyone thought was the new Carl is dead already. But we're just on a commercial break, guys.
They jumped ahead a little bit, it seems.
Yeah, they jumped. I'm thinking at least a couple months because it started flurrying. The last we saw, it started flurrying. And this one, it looks like it's about to like full blown storm or something. They're all bundled up. They all got their coats on.
And Henry made no sense because he was getting so much character development. Yeah, that's what they focused a lot on him. And then, like, I liked your comment on my reaction when you said they should have had him. What the heck is that?
It's a
What is
monster
this
show.
A preview for?
We have it on mute. We're just, it's the Nosferatu
Oh, that
show.
looks really cool. You
think
said
it's
he
coming
should have
back.
rushed Alpha. He should have rushed Alpha or did something really crazy and cool, and they didn't really do his death justice.
We are back on, guys. They're walking down the street.
No one can realize it. And the council cannot come to.
My sister's going to put the cat away. The cat's going to keep crying unless. Bye, Dobby.
Between Jesus, Tara, and others we lost. And still nothing from Meg. The council sent another letter, but we haven't had anything back. Well, it's okay.
That guy looks just like Jesus.
Pete's watching.
Is he?
Text me.
I've
Hi,
literally
Pete.
seen that guy 3 or 4 times so far. He looks just like Jesus.
We followed their rules. Have they got enough to us?
Hi. You lay off.
Yeah, protect me.
I think she reminds Daryl of Beth.
Well, I don't really get to talk to you like
That's interesting. I didn't think of that.
He's liking her.
I honestly thought Daryl was like hitting on her. I'm not even kidding. I was like, mommy was saying he's a little old.
No, he likes the
Oh.
Beth
I'm
girl.
yours.
Does he?
I think so.
Yeah, no, I think my sister's right. I think he looks at Lydia like a Beth type girl. I thought he was like creepily hitting on her behind like Henry just died. He's like, oh, I'll take some.
Hopefully Carol meets Alpha. That's going to be fun. Yes, I agree with that. I hope Carol's the one who takes Alpha down. I want Negan to destroy Alpha. Hopefully they do it Negan style. Take new pointers from Negan. Hit him where it hurts. Where is Dog, Pete? I don't know. Oh, Dog is with, what's the deaf girl's name?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but he left Dog with her. No, the other girl. Megan is the one that
Hey, boss. Router's taking a nose down. I've got a mother of the storm coming.
Mother
and Lydia equal relationship, you think? I think he's
That's what I
it's
said
more
too.
like a Beth Daryl, really like a sister relationship, I think.
I originally
It
thought
was Connie. That's Connie. Okay, Connie. He left Dog with Connie. And then he kind of did like a whole like shy, like I want to smile and wave bye to you thing.
Yeah.
Remember? Then she like skipped away. That's I think he likes her.
The peanuts listening.
I did the systems check on the state of the array as requested, and the solar panels are no bueno. Best bet is to go old school to keep toasty. I'd advise initiating one ice-cream protocol.
yeah. He just taught he like just the way about him. is
The
just
meeting
odd.
room, Parrot's house, and Barbara's have the largest working fireplaces. We'll divide into those. I'll get the word out.
Well, then if the firewood's stuck up, get cozy and write it up.
We can't leave Negan.
Do you think
freeze
that
on
Eugene
that.
will contact Rick in the final scene?
Yes.
A lot of
No,
people are suspecting that, so I don't know.
I think
Ooh, there's a lot of snow.
I think they will relate it to Rick, but it'll either be Jadis or Maggie.
Really?
I think they'll get a hold of someone like Jadis, and that Jadis will be like, I saved Rick, and then it will just go black. End of season.
Does Jadis know who Rick is?
Yeah, remember Jadis saved Rick.
Oh God, I'm thinking of
Jadis is the one that brought him to the helicopter.
right. She got something out of it though. I don't know if she would say.
Look at these. Everyone's got archers. I would be shocked if they actually even had Rick's voice at the end.
We'll catch
I
up.
think that they might do something like that, just a voice real quick, or
If
It would
they
be, like,
did,
the
I
last
would love
5
it.
seconds.
I'd love it if
When
they
is
did.
the movie supposed to come out?
Next summer.
Summer?
2020. So yeah, next summer. Not this. Yeah. So like a year and a month.
What'd you say?
She disappeared.
Lydia disappeared.
She's super lazy.
Oh,
She knows that's one of the
Was it?
whispers
I think so.
because you can see it, like the face kind of picked up.
Or is it that it froze?
Oh, maybe.
Give much
It's
thought
like
to your plans after
confused.
this?
Nah. Why?
The past few months have been difficult for Carol and I. I'm hoping for a fresh start with her at Hilltop. And it'd be easier if it was just us.
So who is running Hilltop?
You think that's what Carol wants?
Carol wants the same thing I do. To hold our son again. Shit. I'm not trying to be a bad guy here, man. I just want to get back a piece of what I lost.
He looks so
What we lost.
pained.
After everything, you think you could give me that?
I honestly find it weird that Father G and Rosita are a thing. I did too. I did not see that one coming.
Yeah, that is definitely the last relationship I saw coming.
And I honestly have never liked Father Gabriel. I just didn't like his character at all.
Lydia did sneak away. Why'd Lydia sneak away? I might have to turn one of those lights down. It's getting bright on her face.
So most likely the movie will probably lead up to the mid-season finale of season 10. I think so. Walking Dead all year long.
What is happening? Oh, is this from the trailer where she starts messing?
I actually didn't see the trailer.
I don't want to spoil it if you guys haven't seen the trailer, but I think this is the scene from the trailer.
It's a walker with a very nice beard.
That's so
That's I like that. That's cool.
It's like frozen in the snow.
What you doing, Lydia? She's taking her glove off. Is she gonna let him bite her?
What the heck?
What's happening? I think maybe she wants to. Yeah, she's
Lydia
thinking
is
about
pretending to get or trying to get bit.
It's like a really painful way to go.
Someone's either gonna stop her,
Gonna come shoot it with an
but then they're gonna know she's a crazy person. Well, they already know she's a crazy person.
Oh, Carol saves
Maybe Carol will now sympathize with her. Carol now witnessed that she was gonna like
Moment of weakness.
kill herself. So at least maybe Carol will be like, she really is hurting because of the Henry thing. That might be the little bit Carol needed to see that is a good person and it's sad.
If we hold out overnight, we never make it.
Need to get off the roads. Find a shelter between here and the next way station.
Oh shit. My bad, guys. I just accidentally hit the channel. No one saw anything.
Also, they said season 5 of Fear is connected to the Rick movies. I need to catch up on Fear.
I've never seen any Fears. Except
You've
like
never seen any of them?
half of season 1 when it first came out.
I missed all of last season of Fear.
All right. They found a building to crash at.
I paid too much and this phone is terrible.
You should really stop overpaying for
You stay
wireless.
here. I just want to see how it sounds in the other room and if it's lagging. So you can talk to the people if you want. You could type. You could type. I mean, I guess you don't have to type because they can hear us.
But
I'm gonna turn one of these lights on too because I feel like it's getting too bright on their faces.
Yeah, I have to catch up on Fear the Walking Dead. You have to watch Fear of the Walking Dead. It's good.
I think that's better with 3 lights. Yeah. Okay. Hello,
Walking
guys.
Dead has at least 1 walker death per episode. It is one reason why I like the show. I really like the different kills that they do too, how they get unique with it. That walker being frozen in the lake was really, really, really cool. I hope they incorporate more frozen walkers, considering we have snow. They can do a lot of fun things with that. Walking Dead going Game of Thrones style with the snow. Winter is coming everywhere. Fear is so good. Season 4 is on Hulu. Very, very good. It connects super well. Season 5 has Dwight and Morgan is great. Really? Season 5 has Dwight? That's cool. We were just talking. Do you want to be incorporated in this one? We were just talking about Dwight the other day. Or not the other day, but the last time we brought up Dwight, which was the last episode. No, the one before that, because I didn't watch that one with you. I loved Morgan, by the way. I was very sad that he left The Walking Dead, but I was very happy to hear he was going to Fear because I feel like Fear started to kind of dwindle off with the interesting episodes, and I felt like Morgan could pick it back up.
I just wanted to check in the other room, guys, if it was lagging. It is lagging.
Morgan and Dwight meet. Do you see that?
What's that?
So season 5 has Dwight and more of Fear the Walking Dead has Dwight and Morgan. You knew Morgan was going to Fear, right?
Yes.
And so apparently Dwight did also, and they meet in season 5. That's cool. Remember we were
Did it already happen or it's happening?
Yeah, no, you said it's happening.
I feel like I might have heard that, but I'm not sure.
Season 5. Oh no, I'm sorry. Season 5 comes out June 2nd. So I saw none of season 4, and it's on Hulu. That's good to know.
Maybe I'll react to that.
Yeah,
this season's just ending, so I'll have like a year to catch up on Fear.
And you'll need a zombie fix Game of Thrones commercial.
See, just so you guys know, we're gonna do this for Game of Thrones, but I'm getting all new equipment. So this lagging and this hard, it'll be top notch for Game of Thrones. This is kind of like a demo run on what the Game of Thrones setup's going to be. Me and my sister will do it on Sundays at, I think, the same time. It's either 9 or 10. So we will do it, but I'm going to get new equipment. We'll have mics. We'll have better cameras. It won't lag like this. I'm assuming this is lagging a lot.
I liked the first season of Fear the Walking Dead. The second one was okay. And then I really liked the third one. And I saw the first episode of the 4th season, and I really, really liked it. But there was just all these other things I was watching, and I couldn't stick with it. But I'm going to. That's exciting. Dwight meeting Morgan actually makes me really want to watch it. I missed last episode, but heard a lot what really happened. I'm kind of lost now watching season finale. The whole episode, I think, was okay. You didn't realize there was a lot more going on than, right? Like the whole episode, you're kind of just watching it like, all right, there's this, there's that.
What was this? I'm sorry.
The last episode of The Walking Dead.
Oh.
It didn't really seem like anything important was happening. And then when they did all the flashbacks at the end, you were like, oh, I missed everything and every foreshadowing moment I could have possibly picked up on.
Yeah, it's one of those episodes where like you don't realize till after everything was being explained to you. Like you watch it and you're like, what is all this pointless crap?
Right,
and then when it's all over, you're like, I got to go back and watch all that pointless crap.
Everybody was, like it was all set up.
But I mean, I rewatched it many times and they do hint to everything. Like I even said it in my reaction halfway through the season when they show Frankie, the orange-haired girl, I was like, that was random. Why'd they even say that? And then she like kind of dips out behind a building and I'm like, oh my God, she went to her death. But now it's back on, guys. We are back. Negan!
Love Negan. Inch of this room.
Jeffrey.
And it still feels like a party.
Never a new party from the house.
I mean, sure, all right. It smells like a goddamn barn and you're all bored shitless, but...
Language.
Judith is my favorite. Little Judith.
So cool.
And Negan, the two of them together.
We've got ourselves this hot little love quadrangle here to entertain us.
Glass kicker.
It's like Christmas to me. Well, maybe they're just as miserable as parents or farmers. Yeah. Your girl's doc is also your girl's baby daddy, which kind of begs the question. You ever wonder what the hell is going on in there when she has her appointments?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
You could try to be a little less predictable.
That hurts, dude. Truly.
You know, we're all grown-ups here.
Negan's always
None of us
playing
would ever
games.
let that ruin the long-standing friendships and mutual respect we have.
You know what? You're right. That is a very mature attitude, Father. Not the father. Is that unpredictable?
I think he's like legit excited just to be around a bunch of people and be able to do these little tracks that he has.
Negan's like, I can make jokes with friends.
And in front of a fire.
Hey, kiddo. You still worried about that mutt?
Daryl told me to take care of your mommy up the kingdom in the hilltop. She don't know where he is.
She lost Judith! No! She lost dog. So I guess she didn't.
Anybody else smell something?
Well, that's Hilton, isn't that King?
I guess maybe that was like fast forward this time he asked Judith.
Get away from there.
Oh no.
What?
As I suspected.
The
chimney flue's completely
build up,
covered. What
the
seems your
smoke
nostrils
build
earlier.
up.
Why did it look like an explosion?
Because I guess it blocked all the smoke from coming out, so all the smoke was billowing down, and it just like pushed it out instead of ventilating out.
Blaring. Chimney's ventilation capabilities are nearly none. It'd be unwise to spark another blaze, lest we plan on ceasing all respiratory functions, aka smoking and choking.
Uh-oh.
God, I missed you, Eugene.
Can't say the same.
Can't they just ventilate it another way? Like punch a hole through something and ventilate it. It's better than freezing to death.
Yeah, we should leave before the temperature drops any lower.
Okay, folks. Contingency plan. We're going to Aaron's house. It'll be tight quarters, but we'll make it work.
Aaron. I like Aaron.
We're gonna go to Aaron's house. Like, let's all go to a party at Aaron's house.
Seriously? Not one of you assholes is gonna untie me?
Oh my god!
We could tell Michonne it was an accident.
Oh.
Who are these?
So I guess because it's so snowy, they're gonna hold on. They did that in a horror movie once, didn't they do that?
Oh, I get it. Yeah, so they don't lose each other.
Thing or something. Yeah.
How bad is it? Oh my! I mean,
that's pretty bad.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I've seen snow like that, but not often, and they're not used to snow for years. I don't think Judith has probably never seen snow.
Yeah. Carol conversation.
Yeah, Carol's over here sulking about something.
Oh, Carol and Daryl.
You okay?
This is another episode that's moving like very slow, and something insane's gonna happen at the end.
Something happened back there with you and Ezekiel. He only blames you because he can't let himself blame me. I feel like I'm losing myself again.
She just said she thinks Ezekiel's blaming.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to hang on. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay. Carol breaks down and then she comes back strong.
She has been around for 5 children deaths in this show. All little children have died around her without it being her fault.
What's...
I keep
her safe for my
Hers, the two little girls.
You wanna go?
The kid with the cookies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that was because, I guess she scared the crap out of him.
Yeah.
That's why he got it.
So there's like at least 5 children have died around her.
Snow's never hit this
Oh,
hard.
and you can even say Carl. You can even count Carl died. I mean, but it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, directly. There was no
Not yet. We don't have enough. Maybe if I head to the way station, bring back supplies.
Yeah, I thought of that too. We might get caught up there in this. Leave them worse off. Let me see your map. The next way station is here, right across the river that runs alongside the old Route B.
I thought the only crossing was back along the river we're on.
It is. There's no way we'll make it on these conditions. Rick's bridge would have saved us. Could have cut half a day of our travel time.
We don't need a bridge. Creeks and ponds are frozen over. As long as we don't all go at once, we could probably just walk across.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, terrible hunting ground.
We all know
Doesn't
what
sound good.
we all know what happened the last time they tried walking across.
Those borders are hers.
Like the glass floor. We all know how that worked out in the beginning of the season.
It's only a couple of miles. Hey, we can cross at night. They won't know that we're there. What if they already know? They could have been watching us in that field back then.
That's all the more reason to move now. We can do that.
With the elderly, with the children. We can't take horses and wagons across the ice.
Then we'll have to go by foot. Yes, it's risky. But we're only carrying enough food to last us another day or two. And this storm could dump enough snow to make these roads impassable for weeks. It's either we make it to the next way station, or we die.
And they have to.
Days in trouble. Why don't zombies bite?
The powerful backing of a...
How do you scroll it up? Because there's stuff up there.
This bar over here. Do. I don't know what you didn't read. Hello, people. We're just on a commercial break right now. We're just going to try to read some comments while we're on a commercial break.
Here. I need to see a Morgan and Rick reunion in the movies. That would be cool. I always like Rick and Morgan reunions. The originals. Dog is also going to be on Fear next season. Pete, are you joking? Or is that because I would be really excited. we need a Star
Dog
Wars
is going to
episode
special
9
guest
preview.
as a person.
Oh yeah, new Star Wars preview. When's that supposed to come out? Do you know?
Oh, I thought you were saying.
No,
I literally thought you meant like it was coming on the
That was
commercial.
the reaction.
Yes, that's the natural reaction. I thought you meant it was actually coming on. I literally looked at the TV like Star Wars was on. They just leaked the poster for 9. Did you? I think I showed you that.
I don't think so.
They leaked the poster for season 9 of Star Wars, or season 9, episode 9 of Star Wars poster leaked, and it was confirmed that it's real. And they showed new characters.
Really?
And they showed the Knights of Ren.
Didn't you see one looks like Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah, one looked like a fishy Jar Jar Binks. But it
season 4 has lots of new people. I noticed that in the first episode, and I really liked all of them.
on Fear.
On Fear, yeah. They had like 4 new characters. I like the cowboy guy. Pete likes the cowboy guy.
Pete, are you watching along with us? Oh, I got to write back down. Are you still here, Pete? I'm just curious. When you guys are like, is the sound from the show too loud or not loud enough? I don't want it to like distort. I don't know how it works. I've never done it like this.
Did you see? He said he's going to be in season 15 of Supernatural.
Who?
My fave died. Rest in peace, Glenn. Yeah, I miss Glenn.
Glenn was a good one.
They were mean. They teased us with Glenn's death, and then they brought him back, and they killed
But see,
him,
even like the Glenn and the Abraham death.
Over. He's gonna be in season 15 of Supernatural.
Oh,
Jeffrey
Glenn?
Dean Morgan.
Oh well, he was already in that. That's where he
Because
started.
he's the father.
Yeah, he's the father.
But I gotta watch that. I don't watch that.
Like people were comparing last
Negan's
week's.
out of jail. They're just kind of carting him around in handcuffs.
People were comparing Glenn and Abraham to last week's episode, but I don't agree with it being as shocking because we had a year to think about it, and then when it happened, we all kind of knew. Like, even though you didn't know,
someone was getting beat in the head.
Yeah, but even though you didn't know who it was, the comics said it was Glenn, so 50% of the world immediately thought it was Glenn, and then the other, like the majority of the other people I thought it was Abraham. Then it ended up being both of them. So like 80% of people were right about it being Glenn and Abraham, and we had a year to sit on it. So by the time it happened, granted, it was horrific and shocking, but it still like wasn't as sad. Even though it was sad, I still think last week's was much more shocking, much more sad because it was a large group and it happened like no one. I didn't expect it. I don't know if anyone else did, but it's like they pulled a Game of Thrones where the episode before the finale was the crazy one.
Right, they did pull Game of Thrones with that.
Like Game of Thrones, infamous. Like every episode 9, you expect lots of death.
I think
we're on a commercial break, guys. If you're wondering. Sorry to overtalk my sister.
Okay.
We're on a commercial break. I don't want people to think we're just talking. We're just muting it right now until it comes back from commercial break. There is an Annabelle trailer, but go on, Jess.
Oh, I like that little girl.
I reacted to this yesterday. It's horrifying. All the Annabelle movies.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah, they all horrify me.
I think the Pike scene was more shocking than the Negan scene, but I don't think it was more sad because we had a bigger attachment to Glenn and Abraham. And
True.
Like it was very shocking that they killed so many, and it was very shocking that they killed multiple, like Tara and Enid, and but I think that it was sadder for
that
Abraham
is a good
and
point.
Glenn.
Commercial break's over.
I'm sorry. I wish there was another way.
I just want to do right by them. The kingdom fell. I should have seen it come and gotten us out sooner. My people wouldn't be here like this if it wasn't for me.
No, they wouldn't be.
What's up, guys?
Because they wouldn't be here at all.
They're locked up in the building right now. If you're not watching with us, so it's quiet. That's why.
I thought it made us stronger. It didn't. That woman was able to walk amongst us because we didn't know each other. We can never let that happen again.
They have to have IDs.
We've come too far to give up. The kingdom hasn't fallen. It's right here. And that charter we signed, it means something. It means that these people aren't just yours anymore. They're ours. And we're going to get them home.
If they see us crossing that border, it could start something.
So we make sure that they don't.
Michonne scares me. Like I love her so much. Like I feel like a normal person living in a normal world, and I'm like, oh my god.
I never know what to expect from her.
Like some episodes, Michonne, yes.
Some episodes she's like going through some serious shit and goes out in the woods and slaughters zombies.
It's just like so intense with her eyes. Like, oh.
She is probably one of my favorite. I would say she's my easily top 5. Ezekiel's in my top. I would say Daryl, Ezekiel, Michonne. I really dig the new girl,
Lydia?
Yumiko, or the bow girl, Yumiko or something like that. Yumiko. I dig Yumiko. I feel like Lydia is going to die because like there's so much going on with her, and it's like I don't know. There's bad thoughts related to her because of her mother killing everybody. There's where the heads were.
Oh, that's why.
those were the Pikes where the heads were. So they just went beyond the boundary, remember?
Right.
That is the boundary they are not allowed to cross. They have now crossed the point of no return. And it's getting bad.
Joe's about to go down. It's like there's a White Walker.
Dog, what?
She's calling for dog. Oh, did she see dog? Judith, you're smarter than that. Oh, Negan's going to get her.
Oh my God, if Judith or Negan die, I will cry. I doubt it. To kill him like that in a storm would be horrible.
I don't think they killed Judith, but now you have me afraid that they would kill Negan. Uh-oh.
They're not moving. Are they frozen? They're what? What? Did it just shatter?
Yeah, she shot it and it just clicked.
I think it shattered because it's frozen. It's that cold though? Some of like their heads would be
I guess it was probably the arrow like breaking the skin and the skin like shattering around the arrow.
Are some of them whisperers?
He kind of looked like he moved on the left.
What is happening?
Oh no.
That is not a whisper.
No. They'd have to be careful that they don't like.
Well, they're not whisperers. And if they were, they're not anymore. So we are seeing frozen zombies for the first time. It's on right now, yeah.
I'm right behind you.
We're watching it live, guys. This is a live reaction. Finale Walking Dead. It's on right now. Live. No lag. All right, well, this has lag, but no delay, I meant.
Yeah, I think we're good.
They're falling through that shit.
This one little spot that I tested makes the whole lake fine, guys. Let's go.
You know right away if
Daryl.
Daryl's testing the ground, then they're falling through. Well, I'll show it.
We have to assume they have eyes on the borders. Make sure the others are ready to go.
Done and done.
Done and done.
Get it done, Jerry.
Hey, where's Lydia?
I'm gonna go find her and you get everyone across. I'll be right back.
If I had to guess possible people to not make it through.
Oh, there's a buried walker.
Why is that guy just coming
buried
out?
in the snow.
That guy just felt like
Oh,
relaxing.
look, they're all coming out of the snow. Oh, that's cool. They probably were frozen and like didn't care, and then they're like, oh, blood. Fresh meat. They're all coming out now. Oh, that's cool.
Commercial break, guys.
So that's cool.
Another commercial break.
Cool beans.
We are on a 2-minute commercial break.
Oh
It is live. We're watching it right off AMC, so we're just muting the commercials when they go on breaks, and then we'll go through the comments that we missed. But
oh, there's a lot of comments.
Well, don't. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. You can run through them real quick.
I wanted Carol and Daryl together. I did too, but now it's definitely more of like a mother-son relationship, and it's kind of cute. But yeah, I was shipping them. Well, one child was her fault, but the others are not. Yeah, I guess.
Well,
yeah, the two little girls were her fault.
No, I didn't mean that they were Carol's fault. I just meant that she is around whenever a child dies. Like, she was buddy with the two little girls. The one went crazy, killed herself, or the one went crazy, killed her sister. And then the sister, Carol had to put down because she like lost her mind. And then the one kid that did the cookies went nuts. I mean, none of it had anything to do with Carol. I just thought it was funny that Carol is like
no other kids
related.
are dying around anybody.
Yeah, like she's always there.
Honestly,
like,
why
I
don't
love
zombies
Carol.
bite / attack each other by now? 6 to 7 equals 10 years into it. Most would be decaying by now. It would make more sense to kill all the zombies as united humans and start over. It would make more sense, but humans can't get along.
This episode is 10 minutes longer, too. It's an hour and 10 minutes.
Is it a 90-minute? Oh, you said it's an hour and 10-minute episode.
But, yeah, it's hour. It says it's over at 10:10.
I'm confused. Was Michonne pregnant? Yeah, Michonne was pregnant.
Just now?
No, not right now. You mean like this season? This season she was pregnant. She had little Rick.
Yeah, she had a Rick Jr.
They showed the little Rick in the past episodes. Right now, I don't think she is.
I don't believe. I mean, because she hasn't hooked up with anybody. She is still in love with Rick. She couldn't be pregnant because it'd have to. She hasn't hooked up with anybody. She's still searching for Rick.
Am I the only one who is sick of Rosita? It's funny you say that. I really hated Rosita after the whole Eugene thing happened, and I never recovered from hating her until this season. She's very like nonchalant about being pregnant and like whatever, and I kind of started to like her because of that. Not necessarily like her, but I guess tolerate her. Do you like Rosita?
I don't know. I feel like I used to like her, but now I liked her when she was a badass. Now she's like pregnant and juggling 3 guys around and having a baby. It's like I don't hate her, but right now she like I liked badass Rosita where she just like went balls to the wall and like fought people. And
Pete said you guys are like the show in between the show. We
are trying to be the show in between the
Big feet.
But
we miss you, Pete.
Yeah,
Oops,
no.
Forgot to switch accounts. Sounds fine. What is Michonne? What is Michonne and Rick's kid name? He was
Rick Jr.
RJ.
Yeah, they call him RJ. Rick Jr. RJ.
Rick Jr. Sound is great. Annabelle's cool. You know, I only saw the first Annabelle. That was the third. That was the
third
preview
one.
for the third one. I never saw the second one.
And they also mix with The Nun and The Conjuring. So if you count the 3 Conjuring movies and The Nun, there are 7 movies. We're back. Oh wait, no, that was Fear. Never mind. Here we go. Though. Now it's back.
Now it's back.
Back on. Negan running through a blizzard, guys, looking for Judith. Oh, that wasn't it, guys. They're doing that stupid thing.
Oh, let me go read these.
Oh, yeah.
They do that all the time. My sister just got to take care of the cat real quick. They do that all the time. They do like Walking Dead back in 1 minute and do like a 1 minute commercial. Like, why do a commercial for a show that is coming back on in 1 minute? It doesn't make any sense.
Just in case you forgot, you're watching The Walking Dead. 2 things on it.
Yeah. The cat. Here's our cat. If you want to see our cat. 30 seconds to Walking Dead comes back. She doesn't stop meowing.
She's a huge Harry Potter fan.
Sometimes we lock her up because she literally will not stop meowing and she'll run through the camera 500 times. So
she's eating yogurt.
Yeah, she licks the yogurt containers when we're done. It is her favorite thing. Hellboy.
I saw Mila, and I was like, "Are they doing another Resident?
I'm gonna pour this closer. There we go, guys. Walkers through the snow.
That's cool. I like that.
Michonne is clutch at ripping zombie heads off. Someone's pulling through something. There are too many of them and they're running too fast. Someone's falling through something.
That's what they said. They're like, if we go one at a time and go slow, one at a time or slow.
I love Daryl's cross. Like, they should all just get crossbows. It seems to be working great.
Ooh, so that seemed like she kind of struggled to kill it because it was frozen. It
I was
wouldn't
gonna
slice
say.
through as easy.
I wasn't sure if it was that or they were trying to say it was a
She
whisper.
was like confused as to why she hit it. It didn't go down. It didn't slice them good.
So it's building like a frozen shell around it. They're all just like exhausted. Is that Lydia?
Hell,
Oh, it's Carol and Lydia.
I don't know.
Teen angst is getting me.
why not?
Because I know what's on the other side. Same thing that's on this side. Everyone's acting like getting to Hilltop's gonna make all our problems go away. It's gonna make everything better, but it's not gonna change shit. They're not gonna want me back. If they hadn't taken me in to begin with, all those people would still be alive. Your son's dead because of me.
I mean,
It is your fault, Lydia.
but half the people won't even know.
And you said I was a good person. Well, he was wrong. As long as I'm with you, it's never gonna stop.
I gave Lydia a lot of crap, but she's actually not a bad person.
Yeah, she's a good character. I like her.
Someone might fix this. Do you see it? Can you? No one else has to know.
No, she wants Carol to kill her.
What the hell?
Huh. She's like, I'm responsible for your son's death. Now kill me.
Like, I feel bad because forever I thought Lydia was dirty and was tricking them.
Yeah.
And now she's actually like breaking my heart.
No, Daryl! Why is no one helping Daryl? They're not gonna let him get bit. Are they gonna let him get bit?
I was gonna say, there's
Oh, that's cool.
Die Hard 2.
By icicle.
That is a shout out. That's got to be a shout out to Die Hard 2. Stabbed in the eye with an icicle.
Shoot your eye out, kid.
I wasn't even worried about Daryl there. Like, I'm like, there's no way this is how Daryl's dying.
But did you make him?
But if they did do it, it would have blown my mind.
This is how you keep from losing anyone else.
The season finale of Game of Thrones has opened me up to a world of possibilities.
Yeah, well,
okay.
Please.
Watch Carol does it. If Carol actually does it, holy crap.
I'm sorry it has to be you, but it does.
Carol's just like,
No, she's not gonna do it. Unless she like falls into it.
Carol looks like she wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, we have to go. Come
on. It's like the mother she was.
Maybe this will be the first child that Carol actually protects. Negan through blizzards with nobody, and Judith is gone.
Judith is his best friend.
There is shit blowing.
What just hit him?
Some debris just blew and knocked his leg out. It's like literally.
Judith's, what, like 50 pounds? Like, how is she not blowing?
That's a good point. It's like the movie Twister. Literally, it's blowing so hard it's throwing shrapnel into it.
Ah, there's dog.
You hear dog.
Pete, there's dog. Oh, and she's got him.
This is too happy. Too happy.
Oh, she's all like, ugh. She's all tired and weak.
Something bad's happening.
The dog's gonna help.
Negan is running back with a passed out Judith and a dog. Named dog.
I know.
He's going to have to lock himself in this little shed and hope to God they survive. she's alive. She's speaking. I thought for a second I was like, are they actually going to kill Judith? This would blow my mind. What if Negan dies keeping her warm? They find Negan frozen.
Dog, you better poop golden nuggets. You know what I'm saying?
You better poop golden nuggets.
I'm having a horrible feeling that Negan's dying.
Yeah, you know, this would be like the best way for him to go too. Oh, he's bleeding a lot.
And his leg is. Look, it's fucking sliced. I think they're sending off Negan. He has no jacket now. His leg is busted. Judith is freezing to death, and they're all alone with Dog.
They're gonna have to eat Dog.
It's reminding me of Logan, where he's like protecting the girl. And
oh my God! Don't bring up Logan. Logan is so sad. No. He's gonna die of hypothermia. He's gonna die of hypothermia. Fan-freaking-tastic.
Commercial break, guys.
Well, would you look at that?
I am extremely frightened right now for Negan. I doubt they'd kill him, but I doubted they would kill a lot of people that they killed. I just can't believe, if you guys are joining us now, we're just on a commercial break, but I cannot believe that they, like, I can't imagine they'd kill Negan. I just can't imagine they do that. But he is now, it's already freezing cold and it's snowing and he has no jacket. And Judith is double layered, but looks like she's like in a near coma or
Marines
something.
28 said the thing about the decaying zombies. And I think it's interesting that they touched on like the frozen zombies. Now it's harder to kill them.
Yeah. Oh, so they, okay. I wasn't sure.
I think that's what they were trying to show.
Yeah, I mean, I was
she sliced and she went like, oh, and then she had to chop the head off because normally it would just slice in half. And
so, okay. So the snow gives them.
What if it was a lineup of 16 people on the bikes?
Oh my God. Like
I'm not kidding. For a second, I was like, is like the whole fair just slaughtered?
Well,
like,
I said that in the reaction.
Them?
I was like, are the Pikes going to stretch the full distance? Or
what caused the kingdom to fall?
What's that?
Marines 28 said, okay, what caused the kingdom to fall?
It wasn't, the kingdom didn't fall. Alpha kidnapped 10 people from the kingdom, dragged them out to the middle of where the Pikes were and killed them.
Negan is awesome.
Yeah, the kingdom,
the pipes and stuff frozen and unbearable to maintain. Yeah, so it just fell for now.
Yeah. No, because remember then Sadiq gave the speech. And
but they're saying like at the beginning of this episode, he was saying like how the pipes froze and then things started busting, and that's why they're moving. So I think it's just like they're gonna have to.
I guess they abandon. Yeah, I guess
they're abandoning it.
They've got to like move on to. They just have no choice. They're just maybe they'll go back, but for now,
need a whisper background story show to show why they do what they do, how they gather zombies, etc. That would be cool. I would like a whisper episode, how like she started.
A flashback? No, that would actually be very cool.
Yeah.
They should do that, but they should have done it. Well, no, I guess they could do it next season. Obviously, it ain't gonna happen this season. There is about 10 minutes left in this episode.
Did it ever tell what happened to Maggie? No. Where the heck is Miss Whiskey Tango? What the heck?
Whiskey Cavalier is the new show.
Whiskey Cavalier. I don't know where she is. That really annoyed me. Why would they? I'm just gonna take my baby and run off into the apocalypse.
I honestly think.
Why the hell did they not explain that?
I honestly think that the AMC themselves were like, "Hey, let's try to make another good show because Walking Dead is like the only thing we got running right now," and they just took one of their top characters and made another show.
Right.
But I think there's only 10 minutes left, guys. We're on a commercial break.
I think Jadis will be on the radio at the end, like you said.
Yeah, that's what I think. There's a cat. There's 10 minutes left. I think and according to the director of this episode, she said something's going to happen towards the end that you will not see coming and will shock you.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
And it's the finale, so you kind of expect that anyway. But there is 10 minutes left.
I don't get the Hellboy remake. I like the first two were great. We were just talking about that, how the original Hellboys, like they're
Yeah.
having the new one, but
Yeah.
the originals are so good.
Yeah, no, I don't understand the point of a reboot, and I hate that
They
Ron
just like
Perlman isn't.
rebooting things.
I want Ron Perlman to be my Hellboy.
Lynette Brand said I don't have AMC, so I'm watching with through you. I hope we're.
Just so you guys
viewing
know, if you're
justice.
watching this and you notice you don't see it, we're on commercial.
Mom, are you commenting?
We're on commercial break right now, and when this is done, I'm going to throw it up live like this, and then I'm gonna re-edit it with videos in the bottom, so you will actually see videos in the bottom.
But now, isn't Henry's little brother was actually his brother too, right?
Our mom is over here watching too.
Sophia,
Just
and
that's
then
what my
Henry's
sister's
little
talking
brother, and then Henry. They were all related.
But before it restarts, I just want to get this out.
Judith creeps me out.
Real
Judith
quick,
creeps me out because she's so smart. But go ahead.
because I want to say it before,
Yeah,
because
no.
this is probably the last commercial break, guys. So here is my theories on what is going to happen, because it's the last. We're either going to see Maggie, we're either going to hear about Rick, or we're going to hear from actual Rick. I highly doubt we hear Rick's voice, but if we do, I will be shocked. I think Eugene's going to fix the radio. Negan is going to find them miraculously, because you can't kill Negan and
I like
Judith.
what Beaky's saying.
Well, so you can't kill Negan and Judith.
No.
He's gonna find them. I think he's gonna find their location. They're gonna all be safe in like a little shed, freezing to death. And here
I
we're
just want
back.
to say real quick, Beaky said Alpha has Rick. It'll be on the radio. That would be some shit.
Yeah, but Alpha's not their enemy anymore. Remember, Alpha said as long as you stay in your territory, we're cool. So why would she? And we already know Rick is with other people.
You don't know where he went though.
They made it somewhere.
Yay, they made it.
And there is frozen. Oh, it's Alexandria. Or is that Hilltop? Oh, it's Hilltop. So they made it to the Hilltop, and they're smashing frozen walkers.
I don't think they went back to the prison in season 4 or after season 4 because I think it was just too many bad memories. They didn't want to go back.
So we have fire, we have housing.
Contavious gamer. What did I do?
I was gonna say stop clicking stuff because I don't want to mess it up.
I'm gonna head to Alexandria in the morning.
Seems nice there.
Last 10 minutes, guys.
Why'd you leave?
One day.
I'm expecting everything's been so moving slow at this point. Something crazy's got to happen. Everyone's safe now, except we haven't seen Negan or Judith or Eugene or Father Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we made it. Made it where? Back to another place to hide.
Like what Lydia was saying.
Going to Alexandria tomorrow.
Like, did we?
Here, just if you want to, just hit this arrow and it zooms in.
Oh, there we go.
I know you have to do this.
Watch, you're in the middle thing, and it's like zooming in
I
and
will
out.
never stop loving you.
And I'll never regret the fate.
Ezekiel and Carol are having a moment. I'm wondering exactly how much time has went by. It's got to be a couple months since Henry died.
I don't know, but maybe.
I'm thinking at least a month or two.
At least a month or two, I guess.
Because they got to have all the funerals, like to bury them and stuff. Who just took the ring? Did he take it? He didn't take the ring back, did he? Oh, I was going to say. Did he take his ring? Guys, we are closed. Oh, there's Judith. So Judith, everyone's coming home. I thought we were going to have people dying in the snow. It's cold. Judith is adorable.
Yeah, it is strange there's no whispers in this episode. Will you stay on for after show preview for season 10? They usually do that.
We're gonna do the after. We're gonna do the preview after, and we're gonna watch some of Talking Dead too. This is too happy, guys. There are children having snowball fights in Walking Dead. This is too happy.
You can is saving Judith. Alpha has rigged my prediction. Probably completely wrong, though. They have to show Alpha or Rick, or they have to do something. They have to do something. This is too happy. Oh, Justin. Oh, snowball fight!
Yeah,
Yay!
that's what I'm saying. It's like this is our 2 minutes of peace.
Oh no, Negan.
Watch the Negan's got tetanus.
He might. Not tetanus, but he might have a.
Negan's dying of tetanus, guys.
His feet might be frozen.
Thank you
We're gonna have to cut him off.
for saving her. You always did have a flair for the dramatic.
They should definitely give Negan a pass now. Negan should be like free.
I think that's gonna really prove something to Michonne.
No, this ain't nothing.
She already suspected.
She's a special girl. A damn spitfire.
They can see now that he's being honest.
You've been through enough.
He's had so many opportunities to run and hide and leave, and he always protects Judith.
I think Michonne trusts that he cares about Judith, and she was just jealous, honestly, that Judith went to him and would talk to him.
With the royalty brigade. Is everyone okay?
I'm honestly thinking that she thinks he'll snap again, like he's crazy and like he can't be trusted because of that.
I don't know any of those people from Adam. I do know what it's like to lose a kingdom, see things fall apart.
Yes, he
It
did.
sucks ass.
It sucks ass.
He's so realistic.
Hell, I could have told you that. All you had to do was ask. So you cut through their territory.
He's proud of her.
Ballsy.
Now is that gonna be the shocker? Are they gonna get surrounded by Alpha's people and she's like, you broke the terms, and they just start murdering people?
We don't even know if they were there. The point is, we came together and we made it.
Common enemy, common goal.
Or facing evil brings good people together.
Same thing.
No one died yet, Mystical Eye, yet.
No one ever thinks that they're the evil one.
No one might die.
We need like 9 things to happen here.
Watch you don't click something by accident. It's almost over.
Release the Kraken, Negan.
They might not kill anybody. That might be the shocker.
Wait, now this is
They might be
Alpha's
like,
camp, right?
yeah, they're drying the faces. They're drying faces of skin.
It looks like the Necronomicon.
Yeah, it literally looks like giant Necronomicon.
Oh, she's like so
There's only 2 minutes left. Something's gotta happen.
It has. I've made mistakes.
Alpha's on.
Mistakes I can't make again.
And you won't. You're strong.
I need to be strong for what comes next.
What comes next?
They better not just end it like this.
Needs to be stronger for what comes next. What is she doing? Oh, they're whipping the X's on her.
I literally thought he was gonna like cut her arm off or something, like some weird
That's
type
what
of.
she did to Lydia, right?
Yeah. Please tell me that's not it. I need to see something. All right.
Radio.
Being here at Hilltop. Amongst our families a star.
No, Alpha's not with
Through this winter
Negan.
of our discontent.
She's just at her camp.
When the snow melts and the wind's quiet.
Ezekiel's giving a final speech on the radio. This is it.
Go, Ezekiel.
Maybe you can even go back home to the kingdom someday.
Judith.
Judith's talking. I think they're all talking. So they're communicating with
Roger that.
each other through radio.
Over now.
But they're in the same town, right? Or are they talking from the kingdom and the hilltop?
They're talking from, I think, Because she said something about coming there, so I think they're talking from 2 different places.
So they've established, this is going to be it, guys. They've established radio communication, and they're focusing on the radio. Something's going to come through. Sounds like Jadis.
Hi, I'm Chris Hunter. What? Season 9 finale of The Walking Dead. Stick around, we're going to break everything down with Angela.
What just happened?
Freaking kidding
After
me?
a special look at Killing Eve, please don't go anywhere.
I couldn't even hear what she said.
It was literally
That
a
was definitely
woman.
a female, yeah.
It sounded kind of like Jadis.
Kind of, but you couldn't really tell.
That wasn't just on our end. If you guys couldn't hear it, we couldn't. It literally went. It sounded like the robot in Empire Strikes Back. It was just.
What the hell?
But it was definitely a woman's voice.
No. That's blown.
They're doing a preview of some new show called Eve. So we're gonna mute it right now. And we're gonna watch Talking Dead and see someone said there might be a preview for next season or something. We're definitely gonna watch some of Talking Dead.
Yeah, that was a bit of a BS episode.
I thought for sure
that's Jadis. You think it's probably Jadis?
It honestly sounded like Jadis.
That was shitty. That sounded really crappy.
I also think that Jadis. I also already thought it would be Jadis, so maybe I'm just wanting it to be Jadis, so I'm thinking it's Jadis. But it definitely, I cannot believe they just ended it like that, though. I can't believe they ended it with a girl going. I
mean, I guess they think that they know that fans are gonna record it and slow it down and listen to it 1,000 times and try to figure out what is being said and who it is.
You're
so
right.
It's kind of crappy.
Honestly,
they're like, here's your homework for the next few months, guys.
Honestly, I think you're right.
It's kind of like the video, or not the video, but like the scene where like the person falls on their knees and swings. So it's like, let's stop the video, see who's next to this person, see where the bat's going, which direction. And
I think my sister's
like
right. I think they're basically like, we know how you fans are. We're gonna have all of you break this recording down and watch it 1,000 times. It is because it's the finale, so that does make perfect sense. We have a year to decipher 100 different ways to figure out whose voice that is. And I bet you people are already working on it right now. There are probably fans out. I mean, I would try it too if I had the equipment to do so. But I'm willing to bet there are people right now breaking down everything.
If it was Morgan, that'd be cool. That would be cool. I love Morgan.
It was definitely a woman's voice, though.
Here comes the analysis for the next 6 months or 7 months.
Yeah.
I thought your shirt said I am vegan. Now I see it says I am Negan. Yes, no, it says I am Negan. It's got the bat. I actually got this at Hot Topic for like $5. I was very, very excited about that deal. I'm definitely not a vegan. I love chicken. Probably gonna be Shane. Not that there's anything wrong with vegans.
We're just gonna.
It's probably gonna be Shane. Ask you something, Rick. Shane.
I'm gonna put this on my sister.
Shane was actually one of my, if not my favorite character, I think ever. Even though he wasn't in it very, very long. Didn't you like Shane?
Yeah, I
loved Shane. I also just loved that actor.
No, Shane was good.
But Shane was good. Shane was like a jerk, but he was very realistic, and I liked him, and I don't know. I missed him.
Shane acted like.
I wanted Rick too.
Yeah,
it's YOLO man.
I'm gonna go bathroom real quick before Talking Dead comes on. My sister will occupy you for 2 seconds, and then Talking Dead should be on, and then we'll watch some of that. Oh, I don't know if there's any more comments.
Someone has it solved, probably already. Maybe it's Maggie. Ooh, Knockout Gaming says maybe it's Maggie. Maybe it is Maggie. That would be cool because they never freaking said what happened to Maggie, and that's really freaking weird. I truly thought the king would die. He will die of a broken heart. Oh, he probably will. He did. I don't know, but he still felt and looked very positive in his speech at the end. So I have faith that he'll be okay. Sweet and Monster Mania 42 is sweet too. Yeah, I was going to go with him, but I couldn't. I had work, and I'm going to try to go to the next one. He said he had a really, really good time. There's actually a video that he made about it too, showing all the like toys and stuff that he got. Maggie is gonna find Rick. That would be cool. Shane was the ideal person you would be in the apocalypse. Yeah, he would get you far. Watching The Talking
Yeah, no,
Dead.
Shane was the
That
type.
is why he is liked.
Shane was
He
that type of
badass with
personality
Punisher.
where
He
you
was
need a
badass with
Shane.
Punisher. Shane bleeds into Rick's character over the seasons. Yeah, he does. I think Rick knows that too. Like he can feel that when he starts to lose his mind. It is great. So what do you think will happen with the radio?
The radio. I think. Well, I mean, we just saw they're establishing communication. So next season, they're probably gonna start talking to other places and stuff like that. I'm assuming they never had a radio like that.
Well, that was the whole when
I know they were
Eugene
building it,
and,
but like they never had one before. Like I mean, I guess it would make sense.
They
But-
never had a tower near them to have the radio function, really. Was that Rick on the radio? I don't know. I don't think so.
No, it sounded like
female.
Yeah, it sounded definitely like a woman. We're only hanging out like this, guys, because we're waiting for Talking Dead to start. They're doing like a. They're
Do you
doing.
know that the heater's on 96 degrees?
Is it? No, it's 86. It doesn't go to 96.
It does say it's really hot.
Yeah, we're just waiting on Talking Dead because they're doing a preview for this new show.
I think it was Maggie or the garbage lady. Jadis is the garbage lady. And I agree. I thought it was Jadis at first, but now that's a good point. It may have been Maggie. I kind of actually want it to be Maggie now because I want to know where the hell Maggie went with baby Glenn.
Oh, they're
I really
actually
don't even care about Maggie. I just want to know where baby Glenn is.
Baby Glenn. I didn't even realize they're doing an hour-long thing.
So Talking Dead's
Talking
not
Dead
on
isn't
yet.
coming on, guys. They're doing an hour-long premiere of Killing Eve, some new show, and then Talking Dead. So there is no Talking Dead for an hour.
I don't remember the Jadis voice was her. It's funny because you did not say, was it her? And that's how the junkyard people would talk, was her. I don't think it was her, though. Now I think it was Maggie.
They haven't had a radio ever.
Bad Negan versus Shane. That would be cool. They didn't have a radio.
If there was a way to bring Shane back to life, that'd be cool.
Stephen Hayes said maybe it's R2D2.
It sounded like him. It sounded like a probe droid from Empire Strikes Back. It literally was like.
You're welcome, Marines. Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for having me.
Whoever is still in the room, just so you guys know, I said it before, but in case you weren't here, we're going to do this starting when Game of Thrones. But I'm going to have all new equipment. This is being done for the first time off my laptop. So in 2 weeks, when Game of Thrones starts, we'll be doing this together, but on better equipment. I'll have a better camera. We'll have mics. We'll have like everything much better. So if you guys dig this kind of thing, we'll definitely be doing this for Game of Thrones in 2 weeks when it starts. I think it's April 15th. So you guys like this sort of thing, then feel free to join us. I'll put stuff up. I'll put
You're welcome, Lynette.
Thank you guys. If you got any questions, we'll sit around, we'll answer them. There's a lot of you still in the room. Let's see here. Made my night.
It
Thank
seems
you.
like most people think it's Jadis. Which
Yeah.
would be most likely.
It makes the most sense. I hate that they
I
don't have
just
Walking
don't.
Dead.
The only
Talking
thing is,
Dead.
like, Jadis, I guess, yeah. See, my thing is, like, Jadis was trying to get something out of getting Rick to wherever he was to save herself also. So why would she try to contact them again? But at the same time, I think she did really just want to help Rick. It just so happened that she could help herself also.
It was definitely a circumstance, like you said, where she wanted help.
I have never watched Game of Thrones. Stephen Hayes, you have to watch Game of Thrones. It's amazing. It's so good. I hadn't watched it either for a while when it was on, and then my friend told me to, and I powered through. I think I was on, there were like 3 seasons, and they were on the 4th or going to start the 4th. I powered through the first 3 seasons in no time. I was a hermit. I didn't do anything. I was addicted. You did the same thing.
Yeah, I've rewatched Game of Thrones many times. I've seen it beginning to end probably 5 times.
Georgie on radio. That was Jadis. Jadis wants Rick for herself. That's what I was thinking too. That's but I don't know.
Honestly, it reminds me of Game of Thrones. Like how this episode, nothing really happened. They showed us snow. I mean, it wasn't a horrible episode, but they didn't. If you think about it,
They did. That's a good point. Val Venus, they kicked Jadis out. I forgot about that. So maybe that would be her way of trying to get good with them again, being like, hey, surprise, here's Rick. I saved his life.
but also remember that Jadis left Gabriel for dead. Or did she know she saved him? That's right. She did save him. I mean, Jadis has done a lot of bad things. So, like, you can make a claim for a lot of horrible things Jadis did.
Tom Girl Gamer said, did you guys like the episode?
I think it was for a finale. Honestly, I was a little disappointed. I thought it was good as an episode, but like after what they did last week, I think like I was expecting insanity. I mean, no one had to die. I would have been okay. Like no one did die. I'm okay with that, but I feel like they should have definitely, like, I don't know. They should have let us hear something or see something.
Yeah, that was a crappy.
I understand them like doing like a whole lineup thing like the Negan where you got to dissect it.
Been better.
Yeah, I can understand. They're like, oh, the fans will dissect the radio, but what about the people that don't do that and don't follow up later? Like, I don't know. I think that was pretty cheap of them to at the end just be like on the radio.
Yeah,
like you can't even hear it.
Yeah, it's Kevin Martin said wasn't enough for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I totally agree. I think they very much leaving you wanting.
They kind of set it up like the last episode to where it's like all these things are happening and they're keeping you on the edge of your seat and then they're going to shock you at the end. And then this time we just didn't get shocked.
Yeah, no, that was honestly it was a
10 heads.
Especially going from last week, which was one of probably the best episodes ever to this. I mean, it could also be that in my mind. Maybe in my mind, I'm like so hyped over last week's that I'm like, we need this to keep going every week. I need monster crazy episodes.
They're like, we gave you guys a freaking snowball fight, okay? Relax.
And they did that.
We killed like 10 people last week. Here's a snowball fight. Chill.
I will say this though. I literally thought they're killing Negan. When he cut himself, then he abandoned himself, then he gave Judith his jacket. They're doing they're like making it look like the death of a hero. Like I literally thought the season was gonna end with Negan like over Judith's body and like they'd find him and Judith would be like alive because he kept her warm and like Negan, like that's what I envisioned. I envisioned a frozen solid Negan covering Judith and her barely being alive and them like get her inside and then like
end. Gamer, the snow was exciting,
but this
added a cool twist. I think that was my favorite part about the whole episode is seeing the snow and the effect it's having on them and how it's making things a little more difficult.
Yeah, no,
because we've never had that element in.
No, it's definitely cool. I just wish they did establish that the walkers are stronger in the snow.
Yeah,
and they did establish that they will freeze.
They're gonna have to adjust to that.
But like how long is it going to snow? Is next season going to be all snow? Because unless they're planning on a lot of snow, it wouldn't make sense to even establish those rules. It's kind of a waste.
Ray said, did she say, is anybody out there? It kind of did sound like that. I have to hear it again. Can you pull it up on your phone?
I'm gonna while my sister talks, I'm gonna look and see if theories people are running through right now.
Is anybody out there would make sense. Made me think they got lazy after last week's episode. Yeah, like they wanted to take a break.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
It's like we put all of our excitement into this.
I mean, that's what Game of Thrones does. Every 9th episode is the greatest, and then the 10th is like wrapping everything up. So maybe they're taking a page. Maybe they're like, Game of Thrones is the most successful show ever. Let's take a page out of their book and do it like this. It makes sense. Let's see what we got here.
Daniel D said the voice on the radio said, is anybody out there? I played it back. Hollowoods, nobody died. Nobody died. Nobody except for frozen Walker popsicles.
Daniel D that said
Walksicles.
that. Do you have a theory on who you think it is, Daniel D? I think it was Jadis, but then someone said Maggie, and it could easily be Maggie because it was so distorted. I thought it was Jadis on the radio, freaked out. It's either, it's got to be either, it's a woman. It's definitely a woman. So if you think about it, who else could it be that would be shocking or we'd even know? It's got to be Jadis or Maggie.
When they had the snowball fight, I was like, wow, they still have feelings. It's true.
Honestly, that was like, I think that was their way of like making Lydia like whole again. Like Lydia was like suicidal the whole time, and now they're like, let's have a snowball fight, and Lydia will be like cool.
And everybody likes her.
I'm trying to see, guys.
Negan's job isn't done. He still has got to kill some whisperers. Yeah. Who was it on the radio? KCH, we're trying to figure that out. We've narrowed it down to Jadis or Maggie, and most think it's Jadis.
I'm doubting this early that people will have things up, but I'm trying to find out. We're trying to find out spoilers or something, guys. We were going to watch Talking Dead, and this, I mean, it could be a good show, but this crappy show called Eve, Killing Eve or something.
Look, all these guys are getting
There's Killing Eve is on for an hour. They delayed it. How do you delay Talking Dead on the finale night? That is ridiculous.
They're like, all right, guys, we're going to give you an hour to figure out who the voice is, and then we're going to go to Talking
Yeah,
Dead.
like, what is, like, that is horrible.
Ray said could be someone new. Could be someone new.
But I feel it could be Ray, but I also feel like Jesse said, I feel like they're giving us homework. They're like, here you go, guys. Here's like a half-ass radio noise. Go break down it with your computers and dissect it. But if it's someone we don't know, there's nothing to dissect. So it could be no one we know, but I'm willing to bet they're intentionally giving us as little as possible, but just enough where we could possibly figure it out. I'm trying to see if there's Walking Dead.
Yeah, I could not make out the voice at all.
Who
I definitely
was
have to hear that
on
again.
The radio. Let's see here. Radio cliffhanger.
So that was interesting, though. As I'm looking at your phone, it looked like there was a snippet from the comics.
Oh, I don't want to read that.
Picture of the comics, yeah. So not on the one you clicked, but I saw by the images. So
well, according to this,
go with that, but
according to this article from Vanity Fair, and it came out 10 minutes ago. So article from Vanity Fair 10 minutes ago says the world of The Walking Dead could become a whole lot bigger in season 10. Right. Could it be Maggie returning? That's what it says. They don't say anything about Jadis. They literally have a Vanity Fair article. But for them to throw it out, Vanity Fair is a big deal. Vanity Fair is like a very popular magazine. For them to like get it out in the last 10 minutes and immediately jump to Maggie, it could just be their opinion. But I also think they know enough people and know enough things. Vanity Fair is like $1 billion company probably. So they have to have insider
they could
information.
Just be getting people to be like, ooh, it might be Maggie to read their article.
But I'm thinking they must know people. Let's see what I'm going to read the end of the article and see why. It says, actors could do it. I don't know. They're saying that they think Maggie's returning anyway, so they're assuming that it was Maggie's voice. But not enough time. Unless they know something, unless Vanity Fair has an inside tip, which they very might well because it's Vanity Fair, they might know something we don't. But ever since George's appearance, blah, 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 Laura Cohen returned. Maneuver could perhaps be the showrunner.
Rick returns voice on the radio for days.
I don't know. According to them, that's what they're saying. They're saying Maggie. I'm just getting a Lost flashback. Was that how they introduced the others over the radio? Lost, they introduced the others. The others were introduced, Ray, by on the Lost. The others were introduced by Benjamin Linus getting caught and pretending he was another deserted person. Remember, he pretended he was Henry Gale. He pretended he was Henry Gale, Dorothy Gale, Wizard of Oz, and he flew in on the balloon. And when they went, Saeed and all them went to the middle of the jungle, they found the balloon, but then they found out, whatever. I ain't going to spoil too much just in case. But the others weren't found by the radio. They did find Rousseau, the French girl. Rousseau, the French girl, had the radio communication tower, and Saeed went there, and that's when that all happened. So there was a lot to do with radio communication, but it was more dealing with the French girl and with Saeed in the show Lost. I am. If you guys didn't know, I'm a huge Lost fan, so I know much about it. That's why I knew Ben. Ben has 10 different names in that show.
I accidentally just read who the voice was in the comic.
Yeah, well, don't.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. That was an accident. I'm trying to hide.
Yeah, Rousseau, but Rousseau was the person in Lost. Radio communication, and that. Oh, that's right. You're thinking of that. You're thinking of in Lost when they were trying to use the radio to talk to someone on the ship, and when they tried to use the radio, Rousseau's communication came through where she was like, "They're all dead. Everyone's dead." But we're talking about Lost here, guys. Don't get confused. I don't want you to be like, "Who died?"
Yeah. Are you reading it too?
Even from the comics.
Yeah, I don't say.
They don't say their name on the. I subscribe. Thank you. I can't say.
It's Kevin Martin.
Oh, it's. Thank God you're here because I'm literally reading it like, what does that say? It's Kevin Martin. Thank you for subscribing. They did not say the radio. They did not say their name on the radio. The radio voice just says hello.
Is anybody out there?
Yeah, they just said hello. Is anybody out there? But it was very distorted, and it was definitely a woman. Definitely a woman, and we're trying to figure it out. But like Talking Dead, I mean, Talking Dead starts in like 30 minutes. I guess maybe if you guys, we have enough of you in the room. I'll stick with it. I don't know if my sister's got to go anywhere, but I will stick with you guys for Talking Dead.
A little bit, but I'll stick.
My sister's got plans, but she'll stick with us for a bit.
I thought that the Talking Dead was right.
I know.
After.
See, they messed us up. We thought Talking Dead was right after, so she planned to stay till 11 and watch Talking Dead, or at least close to. But this crappy, well, I don't know. I don't want to mock the show. Killing Eve is on. There's a premiere for a new show called Killing Eve with the Asian woman from Grey's Anatomy. I don't know if she's still on that show because I don't watch it anymore. Ma, she's still on that? She is no longer on that show. So now she has her own show. But
who's read without giving spoilers about anything for people who haven't read the comics, who has or is in the process of reading the comics?
The Walking Dead comics.
Yes. Out of curiosity.
Because my sister, I didn't see it, but my sister said she saw a spoiler of in the comics.
And I hate spoilers.
Here's a spoiler for you guys. If you don't read the comics.
Up with the comics.
In the comics, I watched last week. This is the Pike scene, last week's episode. If you guys didn't do some research, I did myself. After last week's episode aired, I looked, and in the comics, spoiler if you don't want to get spoiled for the comics. This isn't spoiling the show, Walking Dead. But in the comics, Ezekiel died at the end. I don't know if you knew that, Jess. It wasn't Henry.
In the comics, really? Did you know that before you
saw
the scene?
No, after I saw the episode, I read the comics. I looked at the comic, and Ezekiel actually is the one that dies last in the comic books. So I had no idea that was a thing. When I saw it last week, I thought it was 100% Ezekiel, and it wasn't. It was Henry. But in the comics, it is not only it's Ezekiel instead of Henry, and it's Rosita instead of Tara. So in the comics, Rosita dies.
Is Rosita pregnant?
I don't know if Rosita's pregnant in the comics, though. But in the comics, Tammy dies. Tammy's the only one that dies in the comics and the show. Everyone else is different.
I can't find the voice on anywhere.
Yeah, when they killed Tara, I couldn't believe they killed Tara either. I wasn't a big Tara fan, but I couldn't believe they killed her because it seemed like certain characters like her and Henry specifically, it seemed like they were building them up for something big. And then they both died. Like they were kind of annoying to me most of their time on the show. This season was the first time they weren't annoying to me. And I thought they were, and I was like, well, I got to learn to love these characters because they're going to turn into something huge. And then they killed them off. But yeah.
I think they're going to introduce a whole other group of people, Ray said. They really killed Tara. I was raging.
Well, Ray doesn't.
Off a plane. Someone please give me a recap of what happened.
Recap of what happened, guys? A whole lot of nothing. No, it was a very slow moving episode. Yeah. That's our mom running away. Bye, Mom. Okay. Our mom's coming back for Talking Dead. She does not like to be on camera. But recap real quick. It was a very quiet episode. It snowed a lot. They had to go from one point A to point B because it was freezing and they were about to die.
The kingdom fell.
The kingdom fell
They had
because
to
the
move.
water pipes busted and stuff.
And they were in a cabin. The cabin didn't have ventilation.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to die of smoke inhalation. So they had to go again.
Snow
Judith
zombie.
ran away. Negan went to get her. She was trying to get Dog, and he found them both. And now it looks like he's got a little bit of frostbite.
And it looks like they were showing that Michonne was killing off walkers. They were frozen. They actually were hard to take down because they had like a frozen shell. If you're a newer walker, if you were like
zombies happened.
Yeah,
exactly.
snow zombies happen. If you were like a more rotted zombie, it looks like you got crumbled quick. Like they shot one in the head that was like a skeleton and it just deteriorated to like nothing. So depending on the freshness of the body of the zombie, if it was like a newer zombie, it is like hardened like a rock from the ice. So they're actually harder to take down. But basically the whole episode was them running away. The whole episode from nothing. There was no one chasing them. They were running from weather. It was bad weather conditions.
Yeah.
There was no threat really other than the weather.
Which is interesting because you have like your threat of zombies at first.
Oh, good
and
job.
You have your threat of humans, and now you have your threat of weather.
It's Kevin Martin. Totally forgot that part. Lydia went out to the middle of nowhere and was basically going to have, like, there was a zombie in the ice and she took her arm and was like putting it like at like that close to the zombie. And then right before she did it, Carol walked up and Carol was like just watching her do it and then took Lydia away. And then Lydia wanted Carol to kill her. So Lydia tried to commit suicide. Carol stepped in and then asked Carol to kill her. And Carol obviously didn't. And then they had a little snowball fight at the end. I got it. But nice recap. No problem. Yeah, she did. Thank you very much, Tom Girl Gamer. Appreciate you watching. Have a good night.
Tom Girl Gamer.
Is Fear the Walking Dead coming to The Walking Dead?
Lydia is broken.
I have never seen Fear of the Walking Dead. My sister, I think, is a season or two behind. I don't know anything about it, though. I know they're crossing over somewhat. Someone said something about Morgan and Dwight might be in next season or something.
It sounds more like The Walking Dead is going to Fear the Walking Dead. The characters that keep leaving keep going there. And
Lydia and Carol and Rosita are the last ones I care about. Are you talking about the women or in general? It's Kevin Martin. You talking about the women in the show or in general?
Hardwick.
Talking Dead is on in 25 minutes. We're trying to hold out for Talking Dead. Oh, sorry. I'll look at the next one. In general, I would say I feel bad. I hated on Lydia. You guys don't know this because I only did a reaction to last week's episode. I haven't been reacting to Walking Dead because honestly, it hadn't been as good. So when this half season started, I was like, eh. And now it's actually doing really good again. So I'm going to start reacting to it again. But this Lydia, I honestly like the whole time was hating on because I assumed she was playing dirty and it was all a trick. I figured that Alpha messed her head up so bad that she had figured a way to manipulate everyone, including Henry, and that she was going to just like turn on everyone and kill him. Instead, Alpha infiltrated the whole place and did it herself. And Lydia is a good person and almost offed herself because she felt guilty. Lydia grew on me a lot. I totally agree. Lydia totally grew on me. The radio bit could not understand. Yeah, none of us could understand who the radio was. We are assuming. I looked up an article from Vanity Fair 10 minutes ago, new article. It says it's Maggie. I think they might be right, or it's Jadis. It's either Jadis or Maggie. I think we're pretty split. I was looking at everyone's stuff, and it looks like people are pretty split, whether it's Jadis or Maggie. Yeah, honestly, I was thinking that. In the beginning, I was like, Anthony saying Lydia will kill Alpha. That would be cool. I was thinking that after the fact. I was like, Carol is totally going to get vengeance. But now her and Lydia are kind of buddying up. So maybe it'll be like one of those things where like Lydia is like, this is for Henry. And Carol be like, I don't need to kill him because like Lydia will take care of it. And it's almost like poetic justice because it's Lydia's mother and Lydia basically is mentally traumatized from it all.
I think it would be cooler to see Carol kill Alpha and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be the mother your daughter always needed and steal your child and then murder you.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. K. Martin, gotcha. People are going to grow attached to Lydia and she's going to die.
That's what they always do.
See,
Dale.
I can't argue with that because they do it all the time.
Dale was the guy that got killed by the zombie eating cow, right?
Yeah. A lot of people had that.
Dale.
Like, remember, I don't know.
Yeah, that speech and everything.
Remember Ben? Do you remember Ben? He was the alcoholic guy from like season 3. He was a black guy with a bald head, and he was like an alcoholic. And he broke into the store to steal. I loved Ben. Ben was like one of my favorite. And I am now reacting. If any of you guys want to know, I'm reacting to The Wire. I literally just started season 3 today. It hasn't been up yet, but season 1 and 2 just finished. I put season 3 up today. I'm going to put season 3 up today. But D'Angelo is one of the main guys in The Wire, and he is Ben from Walking Dead. But I didn't realize that till later. But Ben is awesome.
You should react to Wentworth.
Beth, oh my God, Beth was great. Beth was Lori. You're right, Lori was good. Who was Andrea?
Season 10 ends with Alpha.
Andrea's another favorite of mine. The blonde girl.
Are you freaking kidding me? She's a favorite. I hated Andrea
at the end.
Passion.
No, she sucked in the beginning.
With a passion. I could not stand her. Oh my God. She
like Andrea's so the best.
Oh
no! At the end, all right.
I hated Andrea.
I will give her that. Andrea was
freaking locked her in that room, and that was the only death where I was like, yes.
There's a guy.
I could not stand her. I'm sorry.
But no, at the end, I mean, like, look at Negan. Negan's a scumbag, killed all these people, smashed Glenn's head in, but now he's cool. Andrea was kind of like a girl version of that. Andrea sucked. She did a lot of stupid stuff, but then in the end, she kind of like redeemed herself, I thought.
No.
Yeah, see, Andrea evolved. Andrea evolved,
Lori,
okay.
Sophia,
I feel like this show, I feel like goes out of their way to make you hate people and then show their evolution. They do a very good job of evolving characters.
I think that's why I really started hating Andrea, because Michonne did take care of her and she totally screwed Michonne, and that really pissed me off.
Who?
Michonne helped Andrea and saved her, and then she's like, I'm gonna pick the governor over you because I'm dumb.
Yeah, no, Negan.
I really hated Andrea.
I honestly, I just remember the end of Andrea and it being like good, but I mean, maybe she did a lot worse. Look at Negan though. Like I said, I'm remembering, look at us. We're like, yay, Negan's free. Negan killed 2 of my favorite characters and literally threw a man into a fire. Remember in the Savior Sanctuary?
Oh yeah.
He burned a man alive. He was like, he burned Dwight's face. He is an evil, evil man.
He is, but
we love him.
Interesting and he's fun to watch, and he's entertaining and he's funny. And
who do you think will kill Beta, Alpha's dominant one?
I like Beta.
I think
Beta's cool.
I think Negan. I think Negan will recover because they can't make Daryl do it. I would have said Daryl, but Daryl already had his fight and failed.
That's why I feel like maybe they would make it Daryl though, so he can get like redemption of.
But don't you like
being able to do it the first time?
Val Venus, don't you think?
I have a problem with that. How do you fall down an elevator shaft and just walk away from that?
I mean, we have to accept that as a thing. I don't agree with it either. He fell like a good 2 or 3 stories on his back on a metal elevator
and
lived.
It didn't even look like he was phased.
And he's not. Yeah, he's not. It's not like he's in the hospital. He like climbed out and like was like, guys, we need to go kill these bastards. But like, definitely a little odd. But Val Venus, don't you think that Daryl, since he already got his fight with Beta, that like it'd be? I think it'd just be like weird to have them fight again and win. I almost feel like they were like kind of showing like Daryl lost. Like Daryl tried and he failed, and now Negan's like building up and stuff. Daryl will behead him. I mean, I hope so. I hope it's either Daryl or Negan. 2 of my favorites, probably 2 my most favorite. I like when it's Kevin Martin was saying before. I definitely like Rosita. I like Lydia. I would say Negan and Daryl are my favorite guys. I would say
Negan
Rosita.
and Daryl are my favorites.
But
Michonne is my one of my favorites.
Val, you could be right. It could be one of those deals where they'll be like
Jerry.
Oh, Jerry. Yeah, Jerry's a good one too.
Jerry.
But with Beta, it could be one of those things where they're like, Daryl needs a rematch. I totally could see that happening. I'm just thinking they might make Negan do it.
I think it's gonna be Daryl.
You're in Iraq. You missed the episode. Antonio, I think that says my eyes aren't good. Antonio from Iraq, you didn't miss much. Honestly, it was kind of a letdown of a finale. It wasn't bad. It had a lot of snow. They basically were running from the weather the entire time. And then at the very end, they said on the radio, and you couldn't understand it, but it was a woman's voice.
The bit where
no one
Beta was
died,
hitting
Antonio.
Alpha.
No one died. Lydia almost killed herself. She almost sacrificed herself to a walker and then tried to have Carol do her in, but no one died. Everything was good.
The bit where Beta was hitting Alpha, does Beta own Alpha now? Is that what was the? I know that she did that to Lydia.
I think it's just
but
a
I thought
form
that
of
was just like a punishment, right?
Yeah, but why was she punishing? Why was like I missed that? Why was Beta?
'Cause
Do
she
any of
was
you
very
guys know?
She was just very harsh on Lydia. Oh yeah, why Beta?
Why
was doing
why
that to
was
her.
Beta? Why was Beta whipping Alpha? What exactly? I mean, is it just like what exactly did she do, or is that just like a normal practice of theirs to whip each other? Okay, good. I was scared Maggie turned on the group. No, we like most people are assuming it was Maggie's voice on the radio, Antonio. People are thinking it was Maggie. I thought it was Jadis at first, but then there's an article from Vanity Fair came out like 10 minutes after the finale ended, and they're saying they're basically assuming it's Maggie and saying they have like somewhat of evidence that proves their point. It's not actual evidence, but they're thinking Maggie was the one on the radio. But you literally heard, this is what we heard. And that equated to, hey, is anybody out there or something like that? Oh, Val, you're saying, so did she cry again? Or because we saw her kill the one guy for him seeing her cry. Are you saying that she cried again or showed like what did she show weakness in, or is that what you're talking about? Good, I scared Maggie, turned blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I was so scared. That horde of walkers are going to be a big part of season 10, I think. Yeah, I totally agree. The horde of walkers is going to be a big deal, I think. That one that we saw in the end of the last episode. Remember when Alpha brought him to the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to, I think we're going to see crazy zombie battles in the next season. And Val's saying, yeah, she thinks Beta was whipping her because she showed weakness and killed the other guy. Alpha killing Henry proves she has no care for children's lives. Oh, yeah, totally. No, like we've noticed from her own daughter. Look how she raised her own daughter. Mm-hmm. She has no sympathy.
And she only, she went, it was actually kind of interesting that she did go back to get Lydia, because it's like, I mean, it's pretty obvious that Lydia didn't want to be there with her anymore. So was she doing that because she said it was because it was her daughter and she wanted her back? But do you think it was just because she was trying to get information from her? Or do you really think she felt like, no, it's my daughter, I want to save her? I think she was just like, you've spent good amount of time there. You could probably give me some good information about stuff over there.
I think it's both. I think she wanted info, so she figured she'd sneak in. And while she's there, she'll try to sway her daughter back, but clearly didn't work.
When she showed Daryl that giant horde of zombies, she said that her people were among them, right? Like it wasn't just a random horde.
Say that again. I was reading the thing.
When she showed Daryl that giant horde of zombies, she said that her people were among them.
Yeah.
It wasn't just.
Oh, no, all the Whisperers are in there. Yeah, all the Whisperers are mixed in with the horde. As far as it's Kevin Martin's, but she killed a young boy. You know, Alpha is a total lunatic, horrible person. I totally agree that Alpha is unstable to the extreme and not capable of anything. K. Martin for her own.
And she killed all the other young kids too. She killed the 2 other boys and the girl.
Yeah, she killed a lot of teenagers.
And Enid's pretty young. Like she's not like young, but she's pretty young.
She also killed, I think I did the math. I think she killed 5 women, 5 men. But out of the women, there were more main character women than men. And they were younger, a lot more younger people. Like I was wondering if there was like a theory behind that where she was trying to be like, as funny as this is.
3 highwaymen.
Yeah, the 3 highwaymen, Henry,
Actually, no, she killed.
and
Oh,
then,
yeah,
and then
you're
the young
right.
kid. So there's 5 guys.
No, she killed more men because.
No, there's the 3 highwaymen,
3 highwaymen.
the young kid, and Henry.
I thought there were 2 young boys.
No, the
and
other
she
one was the
killed
girl. The girl with the glasses was the second young kid.
But there were 2 boys. I thought she killed both boys.
No, remember he said, "Have you guys seen Addie and the other kid?"
Oh.
He was asking where they were because they took only 2. The one boy lived.
Oh.
Yeah, she kept one alive.
Mm.
Yeah, we saw him go, "Hey, have you guys seen Addie?" And I can't remember his name, the other guy. But no, I've watched it 500 times. But no, it definitely, it was 5 guys, 5 girls. But most of them were young kids. I was wondering if she was trying to be equal or if that was just a coincidence, or if she's like, no, we're killing 5 girls, 5 boys. But no, it couldn't have. It had to be a coincidence because 3 of them were the highwaymen, and the highwaymen weren't even supposed to be there. They were trying to save them. The highwaymen weren't picked by Alpha. So yeah, so it was. So technically, she was trying to kill a lot of women. Is it like I'm wondering if her point was because like women can bear children. Maybe she's trying to off as many women as possible, so like they can't procreate. I don't know if I'm really reaching, but I that's honestly where my head was going. I'm like, she killed all the young girls, like Enid, Tara. Tara's pretty young, but although Tara's a lesbian, so she ain't gonna be having babies. But Enid and Addie were young girls. Maybe she's trying to stop them from breeding, like having kids.
They just wanted to see the movie.
I know. They really just wanted to see a movie.
Really
That's all she wanted.
To see that movie. She is the alpha.
Oh, and then Frankie too. Yeah, Frankie. I totally forgot about Frankie. Frankie was one of Negan's wives, the girl with the orange hair.
Right.
She honestly, I had to like double take to even remember who she was. I remembered later on. I mean, like when I initially saw her in the beginning where Henry was talking to her, I'm like, why do I know that girl? Then I remembered, and then I saw her head on a spike. But I mean, in all honesty, Frankie deserved more development. I totally agree. I was going to say I didn't feel anything for her because she wasn't really that important. But yes, I agree that they probably should have developed the character a little better. But they also have 500 characters in this show.
I think they killed the old woman because they had her throughout the season with the baby, and she was funny and she was likable. And I think it was just one of those like, we're going to make you have an attachment to this and then break your heart.
Yeah. Well, they also, this was spoiled too. If you guys, I don't know if you guys watch Talking Dead, it will be on in like 15 minutes and I'm going to watch it. I don't know. You might be leaving.
I have to go.
Yeah. My sister's leaving. Not now, but like Talking Dead or something. But she was going to do it, but they delayed it an hour because of this new show. But spoilers, if you saw Talking Dead last week, Brett Butler was on, who is the actress that played Tammy. And she said, like, they were like, yeah, were you like surprised you were dead? And she goes, no, because they only signed me for 6 episodes and I did the math and this was the 6th one. So she basically was like, I knew I was dying, but I didn't know how. And I didn't know that 9 other heads would be next to me. And she didn't know. Yeah, she didn't know like there'd be like a heads on a spike deal and all that good stuff. But Brett Butler, who is Tammy, knew she was in for. Well, I mean, she signed for 6 episodes.
Right. And that's a good point too. Val said she adopted the Whisperer's kid. I forgot that the baby was the Whisper when they put it down.
Yeah.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah, so Tammy's baby is, but now Tammy's dead. But yeah, technically, watch that ends up coming to bite him in the ass somehow.
Do you think the radio scene is connected to the Commonwealth and possibly Rick or Maggie? The actress who plays Tara and Enid were pissed to leave the show, I heard. I would be.
I honestly think that based on what I read after the finale,
I wanted to see season 10.
I think that it is connected to Maggie and the Commonwealth, the radio. I think Maggie is probably there. I mean, what do we know about Maggie so far? Maggie left.
Nothing.
I don't think we know anything. I think we just know there was a falling out. Everyone like was mad at each other all season. They're all buddy now, and Maggie left. maybe that's why they killed Tara. Maybe they killed Tara to make room so Maggie can step back in because Tara was the leader of the Hilltop. Maybe they're like, sorry, Tara, Maggie's coming back next season. We're going to bump you off. And now Maggie runs shit again. But I honestly think that Maggie made it to this Commonwealth or whatever. And that was her on the radio at this point. I thought it was Jadis originally. Totally think it's Maggie now.
I think it's Maggie.
The actress who plays Tara and Enid were pissed to leave. Really? I didn't know that.
I would be pissed too.
But sometimes, I mean, I would assume, because they're not in anything else. You never see Tara or Enid in anything other than
remember
movies
when
and
we went
stuff.
to Walker Stalker? Enid's a singer.
Oh, that's
Remember,
right.
she was playing piano
Yeah.
and she was singing. She was really good.
We went to Walker Stalker convention in New Jersey, and everybody in the cast was there. Every single person, literally, from the new group, like Luke
Except
and
for
Magma, except Rick, Maggie, and Michonne. They're the
right.
only three that weren't there, the main three. Or maybe Carol wasn't there either. Was Carol there?
No, actually.
All right, so
Carol
the
wasn't
main
there.
four. The main four weren't there, but everyone else was there, including Magna and Luke and
We
the
met Luke.
Yumiko or whatever her name is. They were all there, but yeah, they basically were saying that Enid
Dwight
was a
was
singer. Yeah, Dwight was there. Enid's a singer, and she actually sang and performed and stuff like that. So I thought maybe she wanted off the show because she's got other things, but they lost their jobs. Maggie was on an interview recently saying she's not done on The Walking Dead. I kind of figured she can't be done because there's just too much. Like they didn't give her a send off.
They didn't say anything besides she's gone.
That's a good point, Anthony. Anthony's saying if Maggie comes back, she's going to make everyone turn on Negan. Everyone's just getting buddy-buddy with Negan. There's been 5 years of hostility, and now he saved Judith, and now there's like people getting on Negan's side. And you are right. If Maggie comes back, she's going to be like, why is Negan out of prison? Why isn't he handcuffed? And he isn't going to... That is, I don't know if you can see. That's the picture of us with Luke at Walker Stalker. It's too glary. That is Luke from Walker Stalker. But yeah, the
Dan Fogler.
Rick, they've already, I mean, they could do whatever they want, but they've already confirmed that Rick will never be on the show again. He'll be in movies. The movies they did schedule, I don't know if you saw, release date was scheduled. Rick movie is coming out 2020, summer of next year. There is a Rick movie, and I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong about this, but I think they confirmed Michonne's in it. Yeah, Gimple said Rick's only going to be in the movies. But like I said, he's going to be in the movies. They're going to tie in the movies. See, everyone's theory was that Rick was going to be somehow hinted to in the radio, that season 10 would start, and we'd already be establishing that Rick is alive and well, and then the movie comes out in the summer. They didn't do that. We didn't get a Rick. We didn't get anything that had anything to do with Rick.
Rick said he left too soon. Rick should make an appearance one more time before the show ends. Yeah,
I could see that happening. There's been so many, like perfect example. Sylvester Stallone said that Rocky V was his last Rocky movie. Then he said Rocky V did so bad that I'm going to do one more, and Rocky Balboa came out. Then he said, this is definitely the end. Then someone pitches the idea of Creed to him, and he's like, all right, I said that would be the last Rocky movie. This is another movie. This is Creed now. They could easily do that with Walking Dead. They could be like, we said that would be Rick's last episode, but now this is a different type of show. So whatever, they could do whatever they want. It's their show. But it totally could happen. Agreed. Season 12, Rick returns. Good analogy with Stallone. Yeah, no, like, I mean, there's probably 100 cases like that. But I remember, because I am a massive Rocky fan, I remember specifically being like, that's it for Rocky. And then Balboa came out, and I'm like, oh my God, we get one more Rocky. And then that came out, and I'm like, oh, Creed's coming. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm a fan, so whatever. But people do that all the time. They sign contracts. They make promises. It never matters. Money talks. If Andrew Lincoln's career goes downhill and he needs a payday, they'll make, what is he gonna, if he agrees to do it and the show agrees to do it, there's no problem. It's not like they're going to sue each other for lying.
They didn't show Rosita at all. Oh, they did. They did in the cabin. They showed Rosita in the cabin when they were leaving after the fire burnt out, and then Negan was like, "Are you guys just gonna leave me here?" And she was like, "We're gonna." What did
she
We're
said.
Gonna blame it on the.
She said no. She said we could just tell Michonne that.
We'll tell Michonne it was an accident
Yeah,
or something like that.
She believed us. Yeah.
That was like the only time that they showed her that.
So Rosita was there. Yeah, money is always the thing. Like right now, if like someone walked in this room and was like, Jay, throw your laptop into the wall and I'll give you $1,000. I'd do it and I'd buy a new laptop. So money talks. Under normal circumstances, I would never even drop this thing. This is my baby. But if you give me $1,000, my baby's going into the wall. No, not my real baby, my laptop. Why would
Taco? I do too.
Why would whoever was on the radio talking to King Ezekiel? He was talking to Judith.
I don't think the person who signaled in was trying to talk to Ezekiel. I think they were just trying to talk to anybody.
Maybe someone. I don't know if any of you can clear this up. Who was Ezekiel in the like? Where was Ezekiel and where was Judith? I know Judith's in the hilltop, but where was Ezekiel when they were radioing each other? Because were they just like testing the radio out and he's with them at the hilltop, or are they separated? I was like, everything was getting confusing at that point, and they kind of just summed it up real quick. Was Ezekiel like? Is he? I'm assuming they're not at the kingdom because they bailed on the kingdom. The radio was not just to him. The dog is a ticking time bomb. It's when the dog is a ticking time bomb. I don't know if that's a joke or not.
Like dog.
Honest.
Kill Judith. I'm done.
Judith Alexandria.
Better
not
not do that.
Judith set Alexandria. Ezekiel's at the hilltop. Got it. That's right. At the end there, I was like, "There's the hilltop," but it was Alexandria. Thank you for clearing that up, Crazy Taco. Or that's not crazy. Oh no, it is Crazy Taco. Thank you for I like at the end there, I was like so anticipating anarchy that I wasn't paying attention to where the people were.
Oh my God, Michonne did kill kids. Holy crap.
Oh my God.
I actually think I like that episode better than last week's episode. Because it's like you see
there's more story building.
You always see Michonne as this like tough, badass, like cold-hearted or like realistic person where she's tough and she knows what she has to do and she does it. And that was so freaking emotional for her. Like she was like pleading, like, please don't, as she's slaughtering these little kids. Like,
that was bad.
She didn't have a choice. The one cut her stomach.
I agree. I didn't.
I actually cried. I actually was like, I wasn't crying, but I was tearing up like, oh my God, like I can't believe she has to freaking do this. Like,
I didn't watch that episode with her. I watched it with my mom. She was here. She was with her friends. And
that was a yell at the TV,
my mom,
oh my God episode.
My mom was literally watching and I'm like, Ma, she's going to kill all these little kids. And my mom is like, there is no way the show will let that happen. I'm like, Ma, have you not been? My mom has watched. Literally, we have watched Walking Dead with my mom since season 1 aired live. And I'm like, you really doubt they will kill children? And then she just started slashing them up.
I was just telling Stroker my sad Comic-Con story the other day.
Of what?
I told you this.
I thought her son was
no names will be mentioned. I was dating this guy. We were friends with this kid who got passes for Comic-Con, and he gave them to us. And it was the year that they were having the Walking Dead panel. It was the first. They're like, oh, there's this show coming out, and it's called The Walking Dead. And I was like, I really like zombies. It's based on a comic I never read. And I tried to find this freaking panel to go. And long story short, the guy I was dating at the time swore he was having a panic attack. And there were too many people around, and he needed to leave. Granted, we were there for 2 hours and this didn't occur until I wanted to find the panel.
This isn't me she's talking about.
No, it was so he made me leave and we never found the freaking panel, and then the show blew up and I could have seen the very first Comic-Con panel of The Walking Dead. but I missed it.
That is a horribly violent scene going on. Killing Eve is almost over. If you guys have stuck with me, my sister's probably leaving in like 5 minutes, but Talking Dead's on in 5 minutes. And I want to know what they're going to say. So if you guys want to stick with me, I'm going to watch Talking Dead.
That dog won't live through season 10. I don't know. I think the dog is going to live for a while.
So how was Michonne's son a thing? Michonne, we just saw him in the end, right? Did we see Michonne's son? That was Michonne?
Was
one of those little kids? No.
I don't think so.
I don't think we saw
that
it.
episode was the most action I've seen Michonne in forever. That's true. It was.
But what about his son? I never knew Michonne had a son with. Yeah, in the very beginning of this season, she said there's a baby in the house, and she says its name is RJ. And then we're like, RJ, Rick Jr. And then she confirmed it was Rick's baby.
Yeah.
And they did show past scenes where she was pregnant. Like in the same episode where she slaughtered the kids, they showed she was pregnant. And I'm assuming it was flashbacks right after Rick died, like went away because he didn't die. But I'm willing to bet that, I mean, I had my theories that it wasn't Rick's baby.
Go back to like it's the third or fourth episode of this season, I want to say. Well, it's not in the first. It's in the first half of the season. It's a few episodes in. It's at the end of one of the episodes. She walks into the house and the little kid like runs at her and she picks him up and like
but here
and then she talks about RJ in the episode, I think, when they're killing the kids.
But when they first showed the baby, there's nothing to confirm it's Rick's baby. She wasn't, I mean, they say it's RJ and she's saying it's Rick's baby, but I thought, I'm guessing I'm wrong about this, but I was thinking, what if she just found another baby and just like raised it as her own and named it Rick?
They showed her pregnant.
What if she lost it?
Maybe.
I mean, they're honestly, my theory goes
in the beginning,
out the
actually, of the episode where she kills all the little kids. In the beginning of that episode, remember, she's killing the walkers and she's like looking at them to see if it's Rick. And Daryl comes out and he's like, he's not in that area. Like, I checked that area. He's not in that area. And he's like, have you found him?
See, RJ, see,
like,
look,
no.
Anthony
she
says.
has a belly and she's.
No, I know what you're saying. I know. My theory's
so
out the
they're
window.
still checking to see if any of the walkers are Rick, which means not that much time went by. So.
No,
it's most likely Rick's baby.
This person's saying RJ was at the end. It was the little boy next to Judith. That's what they're saying. That's what I thought.
Little boy next to Judith.
I thought that was
See,
I saw that, but I wasn't sure if they confirmed it. I saw they were like, oh, and but then there's like a couple little kids around, so I wasn't sure if that was confirmed or not, but I assumed it was.
Oh my God, it's.
Oh my God, it's.
It's an ale.
Oh my God, it's an ale. You know what they said? I think we confirmed. I think it.
Had a baby brother that was black.
I think we confirmed. They said, hey. I think we confirmed. They said, hey, is anyone out there?
Where is this going? I promised my friend that I would meet up with that. I play pool every Sunday.
It's so sad.
I play pool every Sunday with my friends, and I promised my friend that I would go play pool after the episode of The Talking Dead, and I didn't realize that The Talking Dead wasn't playing until an hour after.
Yeah, see, they're saying RJ was crawling around in the snow at the end. Rick ain't the dad, no way. See, Anthony thinks like me. I'm thinking, but see, here's the thing. I don't think Michonne was hooking up, or wait, unless, no, because Michonne's still heartbroken over Rick. So I'm assuming that because she's heartbroken, she wouldn't just immediately hook up with some other dude and have a baby. But it could be another child.
Rick ain't the dad, no way. Really? You don't think it's?
I was thinking the same thing. What if she was pregnant and she lost the baby? Remember, Maggie?
It's possible, but why would they throw that into
because she wants to have honor Rick's name. So like have she found another kid? Like when she found all those kids, maybe she found. I don't agree. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's true, but I'm just saying it's possible.
Are you guys stopping doing
Morgan's Secret Child
season 10? We're gonna do
Game of Thrones. We're gonna do starting not next Sunday, but the Sunday after starts Game of Thrones. I'm gonna have better cameras, better mics, better setup. Game of Thrones is going to be top notch. This is just like a trial run. First time we're ever doing live stuff like this. Can't wait till they tell her Rick ain't her real dad.
I don't know if they would ever tell her. Or maybe like when she gets older.
With Judith. With Judith.
Shame.
Yeah, with Judith. Yeah, no,
Baby.
but Judith is smart. Judith like is a prodigy. Like not just the actress that plays her, like the actress is phenomenal. But Judith is like really smart, and I'm willing to bet that Judith will either figure it out or they'll be honest with her and be like
Dad is Negan.
Like look at Negan. Negan tells her everything. Negan might have already told her. Remember when they were talking about they were talking about whether or not Glenn. They were talking about whether or not Glenn would whether or not they would tell Judith about Negan bashing Glenn's head in. And Negan's like, I already told her. She's cool with it. So Negan might have already told her that ain't your dad. Like it's possible. And if not, Judith can deal.
Did Negan know?
I don't know if Negan knows. I don't know if Negan knows. Are you sad Walking Dead isn't back till October? I know. I mean, I watch enough shows where I'm held over, but honestly, they ended it in a way where I'm not like freaking out, like, oh my God. Like I want to know for sure who it is and where they're going to go, but I'm not freaking out like, oh my God, we need to see the next, not like when they bash Glenn or stuff like that. Like I'm at peace with that ending. Like I want to know who the girl is.
Not a time jump.
Yeah. I mean, 6 years after Rick goes, she found someone else. But no, now she could find someone else. But little RJ's already like 5 or 6, so that one is probably Rick's kid.
So will there be another time jump in season 10? Judith will be older. I hope not. I really like this Judith actress. She's so cute. She's a really good actress.
I'm honestly thinking that if the actress wasn't so great, like the little Judith actress, if she wasn't so great, they probably would do a time jump or something.
I think everybody likes her a lot.
She's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, of the show now. And I feel like it'd be like suicide for the show to be like time jump and kill her off, or not kill her off, but like get another actress. She's too good. Negan never knew about Shane. They need to bring more action to season 10. Hi, everyone. Hey, what's up? Evil Skull. Judith IQ is high. Yeah, Judith. Like, I don't know. Did they confirm that? Because, like, Judith just acts like a genius. So I don't know. Talking Dead's on, guys. We're going to start Talking Dead. Here we go.
Talking Dead is live next. We'll see you soon.
Never mind. Never mind. Talking Dead is live soon. Talking Dead will be live in like 2 minutes. I'm going to watch it. Eventually, she's going to dip out. Stop following me. Anthony22. Yo, Anthony. What is there? More Anthonys in the room? You think they will ever have a full season during winter? That's what we were saying. Like, do you think, I hope that this wasn't just like finale, here's your snow, bye. Yeah. Like, I hope that next season doesn't just start and they forget all about the snow. But here's Talking Dead, guys. We got
later than usual to be with us tonight. We really, really appreciate it. So, winter finally hit The Walking Dead in an epic fashion tonight during the season 9 finale, with Carol and Ezekiel still reeling from the loss of Henry. The king and the queen have decided to go their separate ways. And while it's never fun to see, I can already hear the Carol shippers rushing to post their fan fiction about Nicole Brown. Negan was released from his cell and used his newfound freedom to risk his life saving Judith and Dog. So, has Negan done enough to earn the trust of the communities? And will Alpha and the Whisperers come back from warmer weather to terrorize the group again? And whose voice was that on the radio?
Judith, that would be cool. Judith ending Walking Dead, having her own kid, that'd be cool.
Some outtakes from the season's interviews with your favorite cast members, a behind-the-scenes look, and how the crew transformed the set into a winter wonderland. And of course, we're going to reveal tonight's code word. My guests are executive producer Angela
That's a good
Kang
question.
and Melissa McBride.
How do you think the Whisperers survive during winter?
Do you think, I'm wondering if they'll give us clues to whose voice was on the radio. Obviously, they're going to have their own theories.
How do you think the Whisperers survive during winter?
Oh my God, so conversations just started.
I don't know.
Tweet us, hit us up on
They just have to
Instagram
hunker down somewhere.
They just got to go where it's not cold. Maybe keep walking.
332-3548, that's 1-855. Get it live. And go to talkdead.com/playdead to vote in our polls and play in our quiz. Please say hello to my guests, Angela Kang and Melissa McBride.
Oh, they got Carol on. Carol's on Talking Dead. And Angela Kang, I think, is the director of that episode.
For you, the end of season 8 for us. Can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is just some appreciation that I'm gonna heap on to you, but both first starting with Angela. Angela is hands down awesome. This season has been exceptional. Thank you. Keep them coming. We're watching from Danny C on Facebook. Deb's
Carol's
season
on.
is awesome. The story, content, characters, diversity, visuals, the actors shining in season 9. Wow. Please keep this coming next season. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So Angela, as showrunner, what has it been like for you?
Honestly, I'm happy I didn't know Carol was on because I would have thought Carol was dying.
Are you exhausted? What's happening?
All of it.
Yeah.
It was such an amazing season. I was just so grateful to have the opportunity to.
That's a good
take on
point.
this show,
It was not Jadis.
you know,
Her
I was a
voice is
fan
more
of
deep
season
than that.
one, and
It
then
did sound
I
more
did
of like a
season
maybe like a higher
It
pitched
was
one.
obviously it was
Now, once
this year. I knew
once
it was
people
right
were
out
telling
already.
me they thought it was Maggie, I was like, yeah, it really did sound more like Maggie. I just was jumping the gun. I was like Jadis because I wanted it to be Jadis because I wanted it to be Rick related.
Emotional year, but I was just so grateful that everybody who was involved, from the cast to the crew to the writers, the producers, everybody was just so
Can you please ask them about the radio?
On the
Hopefully.
same page and kind of rowing the same boat, and
They're probably
trying
not going to
make
say anything about the
something that
radio
we're all
until
so
like the end of
passionate
the
about. And so it's
The
really
Asian woman,
gratifying.
I'm almost positive, is the one that directed it. So she'll probably give us insider information.
You know, we always feel like we have the best fans in the world. They're so passionate, and the people who stuck with us for 9 seasons. We're so fortunate. We're so lucky. So I'm really grateful for that.
Melissa, what has stood out most for you about working with Angela this season?
Gosh, you know, I don't know. It's just been a real breath of fresh air, and I agree with the fans, and you know, you just brought such
I'm just wondering, why would they have Carol of all people?
multi-layered
Carol, like, I mean, I guess she was the most focused in this episode, but it's an odd person to have.
character development. It's just been awesome and so much fun for the cast to play out.
And why only 2 people? They always have 3.
Yeah, they
Feels
always
like,
have 3. Maybe they're going to have a special guest.
The whole other train.
This was a really intense Carol episode. Tina C
Carol
on
cut
Facebook said,
her
Melissa,
hair short
how did you
again.
work
Yeah,
when you were
I didn't notice
found out
that.
she
Was it
going
that,
to
did she
lose
cut her
it?
hair or did she have a wig? I thought she had a wig on. Was that Carol's real hair when it was real long? I just assumed it was a wig.
I'm happy dog didn't die either.
Aside from just, you know, being sad that
I was going to be very sad if they didn't find dog.
leaving.
I was very disappointed in Judith for running away though.
You know, I thought it was, you know, interesting for the character of Carol. Again, here we go. How seriously? Stop.
Extensions, okay. I figured because
remember reading
her hair got long at one
or
point.
not, I knew that Matt might be one of the people on the spike, and then there was Kari, who was wondering if he might be on there, and I was like, you know,
She didn't know.
I've been giving it some thought, and I think you're safe. This was the day before the script had come out, and then I got the script, and then I'm reading the script the next day. I'm reading along, and then Lydia comes running to the king, and I'm like, oh gosh. Oh no, what if I was wrong? What if I assured
Abraham
Kari that he was
might
fine?
come back. I mean, probably in flashbacks. Look at Shane and Sasha in that one episode. It's possible Abraham could come back, but that's a good point. Maybe Rosita is having the baby and is like near death and sees him in a flashback.
This episode, because when Carol starts to lose it, then people are like, wait a minute.
Review
she's a rock,
Wang
you know?
Wang?
Like, and it says in the episode, like, I'm starting to lose myself
What does
again.
that mean?
You know?
Okay,
I don't
well, it's
know.
one thing for me to read, to know what's going to happen in the script. It's another
Who's
thing to
the
shoot
other lady?
What actually happens.
It's the, I'm pretty sure the other woman is Angela Kang. She's the director of the episode.
And I can't wait to find out
potato chips.
what this is going to do to her. Well, it obviously has plunged her and the king into a terrible grief.
We saw the guy, I can't remember his
obviously there's a lot
name,
of
but who
tension.
plays Abraham at the convention.
The blame
I
game.
didn't realize it was him.
Yeah,
I had no idea it was him. I got a picture of him. You got a picture of him too. So we were right when we were in line for Boondock Saints.
Abraham's completely gray. His hair is completely gray, and we literally were like right next to him, and I'm like, who the hell is that? And I'm like, oh my god, didn't even recognize him. He looked like a father. He looked like someone's dad with gray hair, not red. And he said, and we asked him, and he said he highlighted his hair. He was never orange.
I think
what do you think the lady on the radio said?
Interesting for fans to know is that
We think she said, "Hey, anybody out there?"
She said,
comic book fans.
Well, I know what the lady on the radio said.
Carol actually.
Oh my God, what did she
by
say?
zombie. She, it's at the prison. She's kind of got the zombie tied up, and she walks right up to it and looks it in the face, and she lets it chomp her. And we thought it'd be really interesting to see this other character, Lydia, who's really in such a
she said I put captions on
depressed state
the radio scene. What did it say?
Oh, it said probably. What did it say on the captions? I think it said, "Hey, is anybody out there?" Right?
Carol, who just lost Henry, and feeling that.
I didn't even think of that. That's a good idea.
And for that moment to kind of play out between them, and I think a big part of the story for us
anyone there
is that
I think it was, "Hey, anyone out there?" Or, "Hey, anyone."
Place of empathy for this young girl.
Do you think
And I
it's
think
better
it was
the
really important to
graveyard
kind of show that
winter?
For people who are
Graveyard.
depressed and suicidal,
I like I honestly like the
I
graveyard.
like the introduction of the Whisperers.
It's also where we saw.
Excited when I realized it was them.
It's also the graveyard. It's also where we saw the end of Jesus and found the Whispers, like she said. Definitely thought the graveyard episode was one of the better ones.
Definitely feel Jesus could have ran away from that though. He didn't have to be hero.
Well, yeah, that was. I get why he died, but like she said, he shouldn't have been there to die.
Played it so beautifully and with such empathy and love and all the complex emotions that.
And also that Carol is empathetic to the situation. Carol has a toxic relationship in her past.
Calling out live
Lydia
on
has a toxic
open air.
relationship,
Is
and she
anyone
wanted
out there?
It's almost like she's saving her younger self in a weird, beautiful sort of way. Coming up, we're gonna let you know tonight.
Oh my God! I'm saying to you, the person that just said that, did it say a person's name? I doubt that, or you would have said it. Because sometimes it says like so and so is saying this. I'm wondering if they had a caption.
These guys are crazy. One of those snowflakes or tears. Oh, get into a snowball.
It just said woman. It actually said woman.
Woman.
So all right. So because somebody in the other one said, well, how do you know it's not a man with a womanly voice? So
I like when I do the memory.
yeah, here's the memorandum.
The winter of our discontent walker.
They're doing the montage of dead people from the show.
That was an awesome scene.
Thank you, OMG.
Walkers coming out of the snow.
Sure.
White Walkers with a question mark. CS to the White Walkers.
Oh,
what do you expect in season 10?
Who is Georgie? Why am I thinking? Who is Georgie? Someone mentioned Georgie before. Who's Georgie? I don't remember Georgie.
Yeah, Georgie.
Yeah, like I'm confused. Yeah, they just replayed the radio.
It does sound like more like Maggie, and I don't know if it's just in my head that I want to hear it now, right?
Yeah, see, they said it too. Who is Georgie?
The answer is going to be revealed in season 10.
Commercial break from Talking Dead. Georgie was with the twins. Georgie's with the twins.
Where's my invite to Walking Dead live stream? You're not invited, Colton. Sorry.
Hello, Colton. Key to the future book, remember. What? Key to the future book, remember? Oh, Fear. Is Georgie from Fear? They're saying Georgie's from Fear. I don't know her.
With the twins.
Oh, I must not know her. Do I not know Georgie if I haven't seen Fear? Because I haven't seen Fear.
Georgie was with the twins. I don't remember the twins.
Oh, the girl.
How long ago
I can't remember either.
seen
Remember when Maggie got
here.
stopped? Key to the Future book. Remember when Maggie got stopped in the middle of the road? Season 8, episode 13. I think it's in. Key to the Future book. Season 8, episode 13. I think it's in.
I don't remember.
Remember when Maggie got stopped on the middle of the... I don't know what you're referring to, Evil, or OMG. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm not following. Girl from van, well, blonde. Girl from the van, white, blonde, middle of the road.
Oh!
Oh my God!
Gee, that would be cool.
Got it.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about her.
I never knew we knew her name. I forgot that.
Oh, I would love to see her
Yeah,
again.
I got it now.
She seemed really, really freaking cool.
I apologize. We saw her.
God, I forgot about her.
I mean, we saw her for all of. That's right, in the middle of the road. She had the supply. I got it. I'm thinking like mainstream characters. I'm not thinking like someone like her. But yeah, no. But I don't think it's her on the radio, because she appears to have technology and communication abilities. So I doubt that she'd just be, unless she's tricking them. Like, hey, hey, anybody? You're right though. She did do that before, didn't she? I think she did try to communicate them before in a similar fashion. It very much could be her, actually.
And the twins, they're like really like creepy looking.
Missing something. Where did Magna at the end? I saw I thought the same thing at the very end. I was like, where the heck's Magna?
Your
But
description was good.
what?
It was my
Oh yeah, very
description.
good. Your description was very good. And
There's just so much going on.
yeah,
at all
once I saw the picture, it all made sense. The girl in the middle of the road with the eyeglasses, I get it. It totally made sense. I just I totally forgot about that woman. But
Negan should run Alexandria.
yeah, no, Magna was there at the end. I thought the same thing. I'm like, why is Magna not here? Because I saw like everybody else, but Magna was in the crowd at the end. So Magna is alive and well. Nothing happened to Magna. Anthony drowned in the lake. What? Anthony drowned in lake.
I think she's saying to Anthony drowned in the lake.
Oh.
Who drowned in the lake though? I'm confused. Are you saying Magna drowned in the lake?
I think I'm in the wrong place. What's up, Lewis? Lewis, we're watching Talking Dead. It's back from commercial. We watched Walking Dead. Now we're watching Talking Dead. There was an hour break between, though. They took an hour off to show a new show called Killing Eve.
Screw you, because that's his friend's husband. He's more worried if Carol wants Daryl out of the picture than he is
That
about
can't be
what
Maggie
King
on the
wants,
radio.
but also
Why?
Can sympathize.
Do you think Heath is still alive? Who's Heath? Am I reading that right? Who's Heath? I don't remember Heath either.
It's a very complicated relationship we're back with Angela and Melissa. Angela, what does it mean that it looks like Daryl might be done being a loner?
I think it's
Heath is with Rick and Jadis.
Norman has played it so well.
Was he the helicopter guy?
We know that Daryl he sometimes is a lone wolf. You know, he's
Tara.
often said over the years that he's better off on his
Oh,
own.
yeah.
So we
I remember that. Okay.
see
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that
yeah.
looks like. And then, of course, Carol bring him back in. And I think that now
The
that
Talking
Daryl
Dead's back
has
on.
made
I'm just
that
curious to see if
decision
she gives us any clues.
to be with Carol, to be back with the communities, that has a lot of implications for his character going forward. And it's just been really interesting to kind of
Yeah,
see
he was on
Daryl
24.
and Norman kind of rising up to leadership within the season. So a lot more to come.
What do you think about Ezekiel telling Daryl to
Is it
GTFO?
I thought that was kind of cute.
It was. I mean, it was sweet. It was sweet in a way.
Yeah, man, I just need you to get away from me because it's a little rough. So,
Anything
it was cute.
interesting? Not
And I don't
really.
know, what
Not at all.
does the king think about
Honestly, Carol's usually good on this show, and she's being pretty boring. She's acting like odd.
trio?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people are talking about that trio. Laura Louis 30 on Twitter says Ezekiel, I love
That
you.
Lewis
Anything you wanna
TD,
heal with your wife,
Lewis
just come to your girl.
TWD. I said the exact same thing. Daryl, Negan, two of my favorite on the show. Little Judith.
Negan, I think, is my favorite. Daryl's my second. Little Judith's my third.
Yeah, Little Judith is so
Michonne's
cool.
my fourth.
Michonne's probably my fourth.
We've
I mean,
had since the very
I like a lot of the
beginning
new
of
characters. I do like Yumiko. I do.
Luke.
I like Luke.
I
Max.
felt so bad when Luke's instrument broke. Oh my god. It broke my heart when Michonne cut it.
Is the woman from it? I don't know. They didn't show.
her.
Yeah, they didn't really. She was alive last we saw. They didn't really show her in this, but I assume she's alive and well because she's important enough where they wouldn't kill her off screen and not tell us. So the woman that helps Ezekiel is still alive as far as I'm concerned. Not shown at all in this
What's the deaf
episode.
girl's name? I think we said Connie, right? Yeah, Connie.
Yeah, Connie's the deaf girl.
I think Daryl's gonna fall in love with Connie.
Truth between them. For Carol, the kingdom, Ezekiel, Henry, all of it was sort of part of this package deal where she got to almost have like this bizarro version of the life that she had with the family that wasn't happy before.
Yeah, I mean, they were
I'm just watching this because I'm trying to pick up on clues or something, but it doesn't look like a whole lot is being
I
said.
really like Connie too. I think she's great, and I love her on The Talking Dead too. I think twice now she's been on.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah. Mhm.
I thought you meant on Fear. I was like, why is she on
No,
Fear?
on Talking Dead. She's really funny.
They're doing a vote right now. Do you think Carol and Ezekiel are done for good? Yes or no? And they're voting. And the
Really?
vote,
Is that
the
even?
vote right now is 50-50.
I don't think they're done.
Do you guys think Carol and Ezekiel are done for good?
She is deaf in real life.
Yeah, no, we knew that. Yeah.
You're saying
Oh.
didn't know she was deaf in real life. She is. They have an interpreter on for her when she's on the Talking Dead.
Got to keep the ring.
Yeah.
I like how during time jumps, no one dies through.
Continue to love her, and
Very good point, Lewis TWD. Very good point that there's a 5-year time jump and no one died, but as soon as the show kicks in, everyone died. Very, very good point. You're right. They probably should have been like, so and so die. They should have did stuff like that, like just randomly killed people off just for the sake of realism.
I'd
I
have to
agree.
watch that again, but it's Kevin Martin said Lydia moved away when she thought Carol was actually going to kill her. I'd have to watch that scene again. but
'Cause
that's
she
a
did
good
lunge.
observation.
Because Carol lunged for the other one. Yeah, I see
They
that.
were watching everyone, and she was watching the family. She said, when I get to that place where I feel like I'm going to lose.
We curse them all when we watch.
These people.
I think Carol realized that Daryl and her have more history and she has feelings for
I can grow
him.
myself again to have these people to love these
I
people.
don't know.
So I think.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it would be weird if they got together at this point.
Get ready to take our quiz live. And don't forget, tonight's trivia quiz winner will receive a deluxe prize package courtesy of The Talking Dead.
I think Rick will die in the movies to find his family.
Like a limited edition Negan statue. There's no purchase necessary to play. Coming up, we have an interview with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, outtakes from down on the set. Daniel's going to tell us what to expect.
Rick dies, we all die.
Carol, hello. Carol and Daryl should have hooked up by now, but because they haven't hooked up by now, I don't really want them to, and I'm shipping him and Connie hardcore. What is the last thing Carol says to Lydia after she refuses to kill her? You're strong.
The vote,
She
they
says, you're strong, and then she says, come on.
they did the vote for who thinks Ezekiel and
Oh,
Carol
you're right.
stay together, and the vote was Carol wouldn't leave him. It was like 60%, but it's pretty even, 40 to 60% that Carol will stay.
I think it will end Daryl versus King. Winner gets Carol's heart. Now Daryl and Negan die. We all die, my bro. Beta versus Negan. Who would win? I think Negan. I feel like Beta's very good and Beta's very slick, but Negan's got this like pizzazz about him.
Yeah, no, I would
I
say
have confidence in him. He's made it this far.
I don't think Beta. It doesn't look like Beta is much of a fighter. He's just a big dude.
Yeah, he's strong and
Like Daryl is like half his size, and Daryl was like almost. I mean, they were granted he was holding his own, but like Daryl pretty much won, except Beta walked away from it.
Negan
But
is very clever.
And I want to believe, although I'm sure Daryl might be a better fighter than Negan though. But Daryl beat Beta, so I don't see why Negan wouldn't. Beta is just a really big dude. If you guys didn't know, the actor was on Talking Dead, I think, once, or I saw him somewhere. And the actor that plays Beta is actually Opie from Sons of Anarchy. If you guys were fans of Sons of Anarchy, Opie, one of my favorite character in Sons of Anarchy, that is who plays Beta.
Never seen it. I watched a few episodes of Pete, but
One of my
she didn't want
favorites.
to kill herself because spoilers.
Beta breaks Negan's bat and goes on a mad one. Negan kills them all. Lydia wanted to kill herself.
I wish they would have
Three
showed us
died.
Beta getting out of the elevator too, because I'm sorry, that's just that kind of irritated me. Like I felt like they were gonna do that, but it irritated me. How did he freaking survive that?
Yeah, no,
They should have showed like the distance, or like oh, it wasn't that far, it wasn't as far as we thought it was, or like oh, there just so happened to be a mattress underneath. I don't know.
If they're gonna
Just
make
explain it.
honestly, if they're gonna make Beta live, they should have at least had it where he like was injured. Like at least have him be like Beta, like he wakes up and he's alive, but he crawls away and he's like broken. He literally just like went right back to battle, like no injuries whatsoever. I'm sure he's bleeding and banged up, but he wasn't like
I
dead.
think Lydia just wanted to die.
By Daryl
Who
winning
was the
against
person
Beta.
at the end of the radio? We don't know, but we think it's either Maggie or Jadis. But
Most
it could
of
be
it-
somebody else.
Most of it points to Maggie, I'm assuming. Will Alpha get the Pike of what? Or bat death? Oh, will she
Beta
get
is
the
6'4". Holy
Yeah, no,
God.
Opie was huge in Sons of Anarchy. He's a huge dude. Huge
Alpha gets the
dude.
Pike or bat death.
Will Alpha get the
I don't know.
I don't think either. I think how would Alpha die?
Walker meat.
I don't know. How would they kill Alpha?
Push her into a thing of walkers.
I want to see her get pushed off a cliff.
Because she's all about living amongst them and living with them and using them, and it would be cool to see them kill her.
Yeah, I would definitely say I don't know. I don't know how they'd kill her.
I want to see Alpha get pushed off a cliff. I just arrived here. You guys thinking Ezekiel will turn against Daryl or turn bad? I don't think Ezekiel will turn bad.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, Ezekiel seems to have a code. He seems to be a decent dude. I think he's just a little. I think everyone's just a little on edge right now. They lost their kid. They lost 9 of their main people. They're like basically outrunning the weather and not going past boundaries that people they don't even know set for them. I just think everyone's a little hostile right now. I feel like Ezekiel is a good dude and he's given us no reason. He's always been like a stand-up guy. So I think
See, I like that. Who could see Daryl pushing Alpha into her huge herd and Daryl saying, "Here's our conflict."
there we go.
I think feeding her to the walker.
That's actually it. That actually makes sense. Yeah, like the point of the Whisperers is the zombies don't know they're there. But yeah, if you just like somehow see maybe this. Oh, here we go. It's back on.
I think that they know more.
I was thinking, what if there was a way they could trigger like a dog whistle type sound where it blows the ears out of the humans and then makes them all like, ah, and then the zombies in the herd know like, hey, those aren't fucking zombies. Like there are like high pitched noises you could do that will make people have to hold their ears. What if you like zombies don't react to noise? Like they follow noise, but they don't freak out. Blast music and make their eardrums blow out, and then the people will go like this to cover their ears. Just blast loud music or something, and they'll be forced, or their ears will explode.
Maybe Judith shoots Alpha into a huge herd and kills her. Yeah, I think Carol needs to be the one that kills her. I hope Carol is the one that kills her.
We're back with Angela and Melissa.
Right,
Let's
I'm
talk
gonna
about
go.
All right, my sister's leaving.
I've already stretched it too long.
I'm gonna stay for like another 20 minutes. I'm just gonna finish out Talking Dead. Guys, feel free to stay with me. I'll talk with you, but my sister's out. She will be back in 2 weeks.
Bye.
2 weeks. We're going to do Game of Thrones live, so she'll be back. So I'll be here. I'm going to stay.
Go, Negan.
I will be here for your listening pleasure.
I mean, I think Negan he legitimately is fond of Judith, just as he respected Carl. It's, she's spunky and she's funny and she's really smart and she's really tough. And
my thing automatically says bye when you say bye. I just noticed my thing says bye. I'm still on. Just so you know. My mom is still sitting here. She's just quiet.
Negan is Negan. He, like as we've seen in the episode.
I see Lydia stabbing Alpha to watch her die. That's what I was thinking, Anthony. I was thinking it could just be a simple. Sorry, I'm trying to move. I was thinking it could just be a simple death where she just stabs her, like kills her like that.
When he's locked up in that infirmary after he had slashed his throat, that was one thing. And here he's there, but if you'll notice, he doesn't have handcuffs on, and so that says a little bit about the.
Judith's overrated, in my opinion. Honestly, I don't agree. I think Judith's. I don't know. Judith, she might be a little over the top at times, but I think Judith is a doll. I think she's an absolute sweetheart. They might be making her a little too smart, but if they acknowledge that she's like a prodigy or like, I think they've said that before. So it makes sense.
Well, dogs out there, I have to say dog. Clearly they're going to run out. Like, who cares if there's a blizzard?
Like Lewis, who's your favorite? Lewis TWD, who's your favorite? I think you said Negan and Daryl. They're my favorite, but Judith's like a third.
Negan, release the Negan, which is what I've been hearing people say a lot lately. Or Daryl.
True. Yeah, I guess you grow up a hardened. When you grow up in the apocalypse, you grow up a very hardened child, I guess.
Melissa, would you like to see Carol take revenge for Henry's death?
Who do you want to see take on Alpha? They're doing a survey right now on Talking Dead. Who do you want to see? It's Carol, Negan, Daryl, Ezekiel. That's their 4 options. They're doing a vote. It's like a live poll on Talking Dead.
Negan, what a life, huh? Just down in the cell this whole time, listening to this soap opera.
Ezekiel got 0. Ezekiel got 0. Daryl got 5%. Carol got 30, and Negan got 60. Carol was second place. Negan got the landslide victory on who will take down Alpha. So the viewer consensus is Negan. I agree. I can't believe they didn't even use Lydia. Lydia wasn't even an option. I would either say Negan or Lydia, but Lydia wasn't even an option there.
What do you think she would do?
I would think Carol is my third. Negan, Carol, or Lydia. Think about being born in the zombie apocalypse, no vacations, hard life. Negan will cut Alpha's head off and gain thrust. And gain trust. I thought it said gain thrust. Lewis, do you not like Judith, or you just think she's overrated? Because I find it hard to believe you could not like Judith. Judith is like so. I think she's so cool and so sweet. I don't think you. I'm assuming you don't dislike her. I'm thinking you just are saying she's overrated.
What is going to happen?
Stuff and things.
All right,
would Negan be strong enough to kill Alpha after being locked away so long?
76% said yes. 24% said no. Coming up,
I was thinking that.
Plus, we're gonna have
another commercial break coming up.
From the set, but first, make sure you send in your fan art.
I just want to see where they're going. Whatchamacallit. I was actually thinking that about Negan. Negan's been locked away so long. I was thinking but if you notice, I pay attention to stuff like this because I used to lift weights a lot. I used to bodybuild and stuff like that. Negan mass has not went down. His arms and everything are still relatively the same size. He's still a big dude, not jacked up, but he's decent shape. They never really acknowledge the fact, maybe he's doing push-ups and stuff in jail, but they never acknowledge the fact that he has somehow maintained his physical status. Unless, he wears coats all the time, but you could tell when a dude gets really skinny. I feel like Negan should not be in the shape he's in. He should be deteriorated unless they're giving him enough meals and he's doing push-ups in I mean, people work out in prison, but he doesn't have equipment and stuff. I mean, he could just be doing push-ups and crap. Judith's awesome, but by the way she was with Negan annoyed me. In this episode, you mean, or in general? Because she's been associating with Negan for a while. Talking to you, Lewis. You're saying the way she's with Negan annoys you, like just in this episode? She's kind of like that with everybody. She's got like a sass to her. She's very sassy. I feel like he will do it for Judith. You think the sanctuary will become the new kingdom? You think the sanctuary will become the new kingdom, or will he see? Well, they already kind of like, that's a good point. It could be. I mean, the sanctuary looks like it's more, it holds up better. Watch whoever is about to kill Alpha spares her life. It could be. Could it be another Negan thing where they get Alpha, they corner? I doubt they do that twice. You really think they'd corner Alpha and then make the mistake they made? Negan actually is kind of like an ally now. So someone could pitch the idea, we can't kill Alpha because she's a person, and Negan turned and became good. So like maybe we got to accept. I don't know. I don't think they'll do that with Alpha though. I think Alpha's bad enough. Like, mind you, Negan bashed Glenn and Abraham's head in, but he was like, guys, these are the rules, and you broke the rules, and he made an example of them. Alpha literally just infiltrated their land, grabbed 10 people, murdered them, and it's like, now listen to me. It's a totally different scenario, I think. I think Alpha deserves to die, and I don't think anyone will protect her. I mean, when Negan tried to escape and shot him at him. Oh, Lewis, that's a good point. I do get that. Yeah, that was she's very stern, and she grew up at a time where you make no mistakes. If anything, I like her more for that because she doesn't hesitate. You get what I'm saying, Lewis? It's like she doesn't hesitate. She sticks to her word. She said, if you do this, I'm going to shoot you. Now, if she didn't shoot him, she wouldn't be a woman of her word. So I kind of dig her more for that because most people will be like, if you do this, I'll kick your ass, but not kick your ass. She literally was like, I'm going to friggin' do this. If you give, I like that, OMG. If you give Negan workout equipment, everyone will be dead in Alexandria. He just like, he becomes like a brute in prison and just like starts teeing off on people. Boy, Talking Dead's back on. Carol is showering snow on Chris Hardwick. They're doing like a fake snow montage. Watch Ezekiel spares her. I don't know. I mean, if anyone's going to do it, it would be Ezekiel. Ezekiel, if I had to pick, Ezekiel would be the one to spare Alpha. If that was, but I don't think Ezekiel will be in the position to spare her. The thing is, if Negan didn't kill Abraham, Negan and Alpha and probably Beta would be dead. The thing is, if Negan didn't kill Abraham, yeah, that's a good point. And probably Beta would be dead. The thing is, I'm sorry, I'm reading to myself. Lewis said, if Negan didn't kill Abraham, Negan and Alpha and probably Beta would be dead. Very true. Because Abraham was, now that you point that out, Abraham to me, Judith is like a mini Abraham. Abraham was the only one who didn't take shit out of that group. He was the only one who didn't like go back on like his, if he told you something, he stuck to it. Judith is like a mini Abraham. And Carol got mad like her father. Who do you think won the snowball fight? Who do I think won the snowball fight? I would say Daryl. Daryl's got impeccable accuracy. I think Daryl wrecked those little kids at Snowball. Yeah, that's true. And Shane, very good point. I like that I'm talking to you guys because you're making me, you're proving good points. Shane would have definitely been that guy. So Shane died. Abraham kind of took the role of the Shane dude, and now Judith's kind of taking the role of the Abraham. But that's awesome because they're taking it from a girl's perspective, and not just a girl, a mini girl, like a little. What is she? 10 years old, I think, Judith. Shane would have killed everyone except Negan. I would agree with that. Definitely not Lydia. The governor, I know. We were talking about this the other day, how if you look back, the governor is like such a wussy compared to like everything else that's happened. When we first saw the governor was like, oh my God, this guy is so mean and evil. And now it's like, I'll take 10 governors because, I mean, granted, he cut off Herschel's head. That was probably the meanest thing he did. But, I mean, compared to most, I mean, they have to up the ante each time. The governor cut off Herschel's head. I think that was about the worst he did to our group of people, at least. Then Negan doubled it up by killing Glenn and Abraham. And now we got Alpha killing 10 people in one shot. Yeah, no, I think they've gotten like OMG saying that Rick met the governor now that it wouldn't be the same. I totally agree. They've hardened since then. Talking Dead is being a disappointment tonight. They have like less people than ever. Both people they had on were, one's the director, the other's Carol, who I like, but like they're not really talking about a lot. They're just showing pictures and behind the scenes stuff, but not really like cluing us into anything. I wish the governor was too, honestly. I wish the governor basically, I wish they didn't kill him. I mean, looking back at it, like it made sense now. I wish he was still alive, but back then they had to. But yeah, no, the governor, I feel like the governor could have been like a Negan where he flipped and like became good or helped him out or something. I'm going to sit up, guys, because my arm is falling asleep. I was sitting like that because my sister was in here. Stormtrooper back here, my boxing bat.
Over the last few days, you can even see the casting crew starting to even feel colder, just psychologically, from being in this environment.
This really has been an incredible experience to be here finally on these stages.
What do we got here? Same as the episode. Yeah, I agree, OMG. Episode was weak. I don't like talking crap about shows that I watch, but even having sat on it for a while, I think the episode was definitely lacking a lot. I feel like they did a Game of Thrones where they let it all out in episode 9, and then well, this wasn't episode 9, but you know what I mean. Game of Thrones always does all the reveals in episode 9, and then episode 10 is kind of like, here's what's happening next season. But I'm not used to Walking Dead doing that, so it kind of took me by surprise. If you see me keep looking up over here, it's because I'm watching Talking Dead, but they're not really doing a whole lot. They're talking to the director, so I'm going to up the volume a little.
You know, down in Georgia where we film, it gets cold by the end of our filming year, but we're mostly filming through summer, and that's why we haven't really done snow up to this point. And so they had to use all different kinds of materials. And
Governor is Alpha. I think the Spike scene should have been for totally. If unlike when I saw that the Spike scene happened last week, I'm thinking this episode is going to be the greatest episode of television. They hyped it up too much, and like I said, because Walking Dead doesn't do the Game of Thrones angle of episodes, I just assumed we're going to get amazing episode.
You know, they're using paper snow, they're using plastic, they're using foam to fall, and then VFX comes in.
Yeah, Crazy Taco. I agree. I would definitely want to see. I definitely want to see the villains attack. A Negan Alpha fight would be cool, just because it's like the old versus the new as far as villains go.
Just in case I got fired after.
The only thing, just going back to you, it's Kevin Martin. You're saying last 2 episodes should have been reversed. The only thing that wouldn't have worked is a lot of what they were doing was avoiding the barrier that Alpha formed. So it wouldn't have made too much sense, but they could have worked around it. I kind of agree. They have people calling in and they're asking Carol what she thought when she first met Veda in real life.
Watching, I'm like, what? He didn't say
Will
anything.
Carroll die before Valdez is saying Will Carroll die before Daryl? Will Carroll die before, I don't know. I don't know if either of them will die in the show, at least. I mean, eventually we all die. But I don't know if either of them will die in the show. They might, I feel like certain characters like them might live forever, like might live out the show. I guess but the show did say they signed on for like another 10 seasons or something. So I guess eventually they do have to get killed off.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Carol won't die.
Code words, which is snow. Very simple. Snow. Head over to twdrewards.com to redeem your points for prizes and once in a lifetime experiences.
If you guys want to redeem points, Talking Dead said that their points word is snow. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently you can redeem points on Talking Dead's website. The key word is snow, if you didn't watch it with me. Let's hope Carol doesn't die. They will all die. They probably all, honestly. They're going to commercial again. Honestly, I'm pretty sure they said the show has been renewed for 10 more seasons. If that is the case, then everyone is probably dying. Because, I mean, what are you going to do? Drag it out? I mean, I don't want them to die. I hope they live, but I honestly can't imagine they'd be around that long. Like, eventually you got to kill them off. But even dog, I mean, dog's going to have to die. A dog only lives, I mean, the dog's already a couple years old, and you're going to be 10 more seasons. Dogs naturally don't live that long. So dog will eventually die in the show. And I'm assuming they're going to do more time jumps. We're assuming 10 more seasons. That's without time jumps. I'm assuming they're going to do more time jumps and everything. My cat is like hitting the monitor. I think at the end, Daryl might be dying and Rick comes to the rescue or says his goodbyes. I mean, they could do that if Rick hasn't already rejoined the show, but who knows? I heard Melissa agreed 3 more years, so I don't think Carol dies. But the show is I'm being serious. I don't know if you guys knew this, but at the beginning of the season or the mid-season finale, somebody confirmed they signed for 10 more years of Walking Dead. They didn't specifically say seasons, but they said 10 more years of Walking Dead, be it movies and content and stuff like that, not counting the comics. So I'm assuming they mean seasons. And if that's the case, then if Carol's only signed on for 3 more seasons, she could easily die at some point. Daryl will be the last man standing. I could see that happening. Daryl, Carol, Judith will live. I could see that happening. I could see at this point, I think Judith's sticking with us long term. They've killed way too many kids. Carl's died. They just killed 3 kids. They killed Enid. Lydia, I don't see them making her the future because there's too much baggage tied to her. Although they could pitch it as Lydia becomes the leader and her mother, and it's her versus her mother. They could pitch it like that. But I don't see that happening. I see Judith being the new Carl because from what people told me in the comics, spoiler alert, Carl is the future. Carl's already dead in our world. So now I'm assuming Judith is the future. They're also establishing her as a badass and a prodigy. She's very smart. She has a high IQ. I see them building all this around the fact that Judith is the future of Walking Dead. And I see Carol being like the motherly role. I could see them killing off maybe Michonne. I don't want her to die. I like her. But I don't know, though, because Judith is very attached to her, keeps calling her mom. Maybe Carol will die because they got to kill one of the main guys. Carol, Daryl, and Michonne, and Ezekiel. I think Ezekiel will live forever. He died in the comics, but he already died. He died on the Pike. If you guys didn't know this, I said it earlier. In the comics, Ezekiel's head was on the Pike. So in the comics, Ezekiel's dead. So they could do whatever they want with Ezekiel from here on. Also, if you weren't here before, Rosita, it wasn't Tara on the Pike. It was Rosita in the comics. And Enid, I think, either wasn't even a character or already died at this point. So the comics are way different. Carl's still alive in the comics. Ezekiel's dead. Rosita's dead. Tara's alive. Like everything's all skewed at this point in the comics. Talking Dead's back
We
on.
definitely had a lot of fun.
They're talking to Maggie. Talking Dead, they're talking to Maggie.
Season 9, longer hair. It's funny because when I put that hair on, I was.
All they did was ask her about Carol's
I
hair.
still sometimes have like ghost hair.
Who's that? Is that was Enid?
Talks to me.
She looked so young.
It like jumps up and whispers a line. It's like, you're supposed to say something scientific. I'm like, thank you.
They're talking to all the cast members on Talking Dead right now.
The charter.
They literally had Maggie on, and they go,
Charter.
what did you think of Carol's hair? Really? I don't care about Carol's hair.
On my daddy's TV show.
I mean, you can talk about Carol's hair, but not when Maggie. I want to know more about Maggie.
Under that, he's the king. Dreadlocks.
He's decided this season that he's going to be twirling his knives.
Oh,
You
God.
know, you see them in the script, and everyone's like, so Andy would give me twirling my knives. You don't want a couple more twirls in this scene?
I was trying to channel Batman.
They're talking to everybody about the entire season because the season wrapped up. Talking Dead's talking to everybody.
I am illiterate. Many times.
They're talking about how Daryl flipped the knives when he fought Beta.
I've never learned to read. I lost my hand. That's a terrible Nicholas Cage impression. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Andrew Lincoln.
No. You're kidding, right? Okay, thank God.
Don't put this on TV.
All that time, we finally see Maggie, and they don't even bring up anything important. I kind of want to see Jesse Pinkman. I dig him. Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. I definitely could. He's got the look. He's got that like rugged Daryl look where he looks like a guy that would like be a badass and like be in that kind of world. He already fits the part. I can see it. They're asking questions. I'm going to say questions. They're going to have the audience ask Carol questions. So is Carol keeping her long hair?
That is a really good question because this might be something, to put her over, just put her over the edge, cut her all off, and be ready to really get into the fight.
Yeah, because you say that she was living this fairy tale life, she had fairy tale hair.
Well, exactly. It was stone. It was.
They're saying she had
magical.
fairy tale hair
Everything
because
was
she had accepted life as it is, and now she's going to chop it off and go buck wild again.
I don't know. This could be a game changer. We'll see. There might be. I don't know. There may be something in between.
I have something for you, my friend.
I don't know if she actually knows and she's not telling, or she's just guessing.
Carol's hair. But Henry's box. Look, there's Henry's box. Very sweet thing. I'm very excited about this. The pin here, the tiger pin in there. So there you go. This is for you.
They're giving Henry's box to the guest.
The tiger pin doesn't have a back on it, it turns out. I just grabbed the pin.
What do we got here? Well, I believe The Talking Dead is a side story after Rick left, and the movies will continue Rick's adventures.
We sort of talked about the Whispers internally, and they are very survival of the fittest.
I'm just trying to read through the comments,
animals.
guys.
So we kind of thought, well, what do they do during?
I kind of want to see
winter?
Jesse Pinkman. I believe that The Talking Dead is a side story after Rick left, and the movies will continue. Yeah, that's basically what I'm guessing the movies will be with Rick. Negan too, Andrew Lincoln, Carol's here. People say Jesse Pinkman is Negan.
What's the deal with that her?
Like in their future, in a weird Breaking Bad future. They better not kill Daryl and Jerry because Daryl is badass and Jerry is fun. I love Jerry too. Jerry's awesome. It's like a Rick beard. The problem about Carol cutting her hair again, yeah, true, Lewis. if she chops her hair, everybody will like jump on the bandwagon. Valdez, I thought the first guy, the Hun, I thought that guy was Jerry or Luke. First, I thought it was Luke. Then when it went away, I'm like, wait, that wasn't Luke. Who the heck was that? I thought it was Luke, and then I thought it was Jerry before I figured out it was the Highwaymen. So, Talking Dead ends. I think Talking Dead ends in like about 10 minutes. I don't know, Mom, did they say if they're doing anything? Like a preview or nothing? No? I was thinking maybe they would have some kind of like preview or something, some kind of hint for next season. It don't look like they're gonna do it, guys. But it's only like another 10 minutes, so I might as well stick it out and stick on here with you guys. They said they're gonna talk about season 10, right? That's what I thought. They must be waiting till the last minute because well, actually it's saying that it's on till 12:20, so they actually extended Talking Dead. So I guess it's on for another 15 minutes. But I am holding out because I want to see what's up. They didn't talk about Maggie either. All they did, it's Kevin Martin. All they did was they literally had Maggie on and they go, hey, Maggie, what do you think of Carol's hair? And that's all they said. They didn't talk about where Maggie is, what she's doing, whose voice. They haven't even talked about the radio. They haven't once talked about the radio yet. They've and the guy that they're having audience members ask questions and they're like, yeah, you think you're going to have long hair? Really? That's your question? I think we got much more important things to worry about than Carol's hair. I think Luke will kill Lydia. Why do you think Luke will kill Lydia? Why do you think I mean, it's possible, but why do you think Luke would want to kill Lydia so bad? They never ask anything. I know. I feel like Talking Dead is totally scripted, even the audience questions. I feel like they just do it just enough to keep you watching, and it's working because I'm doing it. But I only do it for major episodes and finales. I think Luke, I don't know. Luke will probably kill anybody. They need to ask at least one juicy question. That's what I'm holding out for. I'm literally hoping, like I said, there's about 10 minutes left. End of Talking Dead coming up. They better do something. I mean, it was fun talking to you guys and everything, but I've been holding out. I've been on live stream now for 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours of live stream. Granted, the episode and my pre-show and everything like that, but I would really like them to say something at the end and not have sat here for nothing, at least show-wise. Thank you. It's Kevin Martin. It's Kevin Martin. Are you new to me, or did you just find me from this? Because I've never seen you comment or anything on my channel. I've only been doing it for about 2 months. I feel like I'm growing pretty fast. I'm almost 500 subscribers. Yeah, new? Okay, cool. I really appreciate it, man. I give you've seen it already. I'm going to do this for Game of Thrones. This honestly, had last week's episode not been as good, I would have. I'm new here too. Thanks, Anthony. I'm assuming, are you the one that said you subscribe, Anthony? You don't have to, but I appreciate it if you do. But I do a lot of other shows. Game of Thrones is going to be done in this fashion. Yeah, a lot of people told me that it's especially nothing against anybody, but for a guy, people said guys' channels, women's channels, usually grow quicker. They said as a guy, I'm gonna have a trouble, but in 2 months, I'm almost halfway to 1,000. People are telling me I'm growing really quick, but I also am on it all the time. I constantly am putting content, upgrading my stuff, upgrading my equipment. Like I said, this is all gonna get better. I'm doing this off my laptop to try it, but I ordered a new camera, new microphones. Everything's gonna be much better next time. So I really appreciate it, guys. Talking Dead, your channel's going. Yeah, no, definitely loving it. Definitely loving the whole thing with the streaming and stuff like that. Like I said, if you guys notice a lot of lag, I've tried not to move quick and stuff because I know. So basically, it will all be better the next time. Once Game of Thrones starts in 2 weeks, live streams going up. I will put up warnings a week in advance. I will put up like live stream Game of Thrones coming this day or blah, 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 blah. You guys will know when it comes. Oh, Aiden. Okay, that makes sense. Aiden might take revenge for Enid. I totally see that coming. Hey, Daniel D. Totally. Daniel D., were you here the whole time? Because I feel like you were here earlier. Or did you just come back? Because I remember seeing your name earlier. If you've been here the whole time, you don't have to talk. I just haven't seen you talk in a while. But yeah, definitely doing, like I said, I'm going to test all the new equipment probably next week. And then Game of Thrones will be all much, much better. Oh, you've never seen Game of Thrones. Oh, you've never seen it either. Whew. Well, thank you, Daniel D., for sticking with me. I guess Daniel D. might be the only one of you guys that sticks with me for Game of Thrones, unless you just wing it, watch live streams new. But here's Talking Dead back. 10 minutes left. Let's see if they talk about something.
And when it came time to make the episode was too big, so we start cutting things. And one of the things was like, oh, like maybe we had to cut this part that has a snowball fight because we had to, you know, make choices. And Greg was like, but the snowball fight's great. Maybe I can just figure out a different place to put it. And then he filmed it, and it's amazing. And he didn't put it in his director's cut. And then the editor showed it to me, and I started to weep. It was like, well, this has to be in the episode. They have it. It's amazing.
They're talking about scenes they had to cut and stuff like that. Nothing important.
And hopeful, and it was so nice to see them just have this light moment after all this hardship.
Yeah, and also a big shout out to Greg Nicotero.
They're talking about how they did the snowball fight to have a light moment, since the last episode was a dark moment.
Whose voice did you hear on the radio? 37% of you said Maggie, 2% said Rick, and 61% said a stranger. Someone else.
They're talking about the radio. I don't want to talk yet till they finish.
I don't know. Angela, what can you tease on about season 10 in the voice?
Tease of season 10.
Yeah, I mean, we like to have these sort of like little mysteries for people to speculate about. I don't want to give away too much at this point, obviously, but I will say that the voice on the radio is something that plays into the story in season 10. It is something that will turn the story in an interesting way. So
talk about being vague, guys. If you couldn't hear her, she said the person on the phone is someone that will involve strongly in next season. Really?
Let's see. Meeting Alpha, maybe?
Yeah.
Beta. And I think I'm just really excited about all of season 10 to see where everything that
I was looking for someone who was watching early because I have to wait 24 hours before.
All this that just happened in one season.
Yeah, a lot of things.
So Anthony, did you get to watch it? Did you watch it through me, or did you actually watch it while we? Oh, so you're just watching me talk about it. You haven't even seen it yet. Lewis, thank you. Really appreciate it, Lewis. That's it. It's over. That's literally the news.
We cannot wait to see what's coming next in season 10. We will see you again on June 2nd for the season 5 premiere of Fear the Walking Dead.
I can't believe they literally, that was it. That was their whole thing.
The season finale of The Walking Dead. I'm Chris Hardwick. Don't text and drive. Have a bitchin' summer.
Have a bitchin' summer. Thanks, Chris Hardwick, for nothing. So basically, they talked to the director. They said, could you give us any clues on what the phone call was or the radio call was? And she said, without spoiling too much, I'd like to say that it involves and it will spin the show in another direction. That's obviously like that's ridiculous. Like, what, like that's like saying like the person on the radio was a human being and speaks English. That's pretty much what I got out of that. Thank you, director. The most important thing we found out of that was that Carol is going to maybe cut her hair. But Lewis, I appreciate it. I like I said, my first time doing a live stream like this, and I'm doing it off an old laptop. I have amazing equipment in my bedroom, but I don't have a setup like the living room, and I can't fit my whole family in here and stuff. So basically, the setup in my room is much better. you notice lag or anything like that, it'll totally be gone when I do Game of Thrones. But the snowball fight was kind of cheesy, but I think they were trying to show togetherness and happiness. Jess, they actually did just say that they just had on Talking Dead that they said the entire point of the snowball fight was to have a light situation to make up for the Pike scene at last episode. So they basically did a Game of Thrones. They made everything bad happen the episode before the finale, and then they did a little bit of story building, showed you where all the characters are going, and then gave you a little song and dance at the end to make you feel comfortable inside. That's it. That's all they're going to give us. Yep, Evil Skull, that's all they're giving us. They're basically not telling us anything. And the director even said, well, you know, from the Negan head bashing scene, that's what we do on the show. Yeah, but at least the Negan head bashing scene gave us a lineup of people and at least gave us an idea. This is just like, it could be anybody. They literally said they did a poll and they said, is it a stranger? Is it Maggie? Is it Jadis? Or is it someone else? Maggie, Jadis, someone else. And they said the landslide was a stranger. They said 67% voted that they think a stranger's on the other end. I cannot believe that would be a stranger, especially since the director just said it's going to spin it in another direction. It could be like the other person said, a couple of you said Georgie, who was the old lady who had the glasses that like stopped him in the middle of the street. It could be her. Anything happened while I was gone? OMG, I don't know what you missed. I don't know when you left. Anything happened when I was gone? All she teased was that it's something that will change the story. Yeah, that's all. It's ridiculous. She literally just said it's something that will spin the story in another direction, and it's someone that will impact season 10. That is I hate when people do that. I hate when people make you wait. Like I waited an hour longer than normal Talking Dead, then waited an hour and 20 minutes because it was a longer episode of Talking Dead, and then in the last 5 minutes, that's what you get. What a disappointment. Tell me about it, Valdez. At least you guys stuck through this with me. At least a lot of you subscribed. I made some new friends. It's like, just out of curiosity, it's Kevin Martin. You watch anything else I watch, or like is Walking Dead it? And I might not see you for a while. Same with you, Anthony, and Lewis, and everyone else that's still in here with me. I do The Wire. I just started Deadwood today. I just started True Detective like 4 days ago. I'm doing Rise of the Shield Hero. As soon as this is over, I'm doing an anime called Rise of the Shield Hero. Did a bunch of Love, Death, and Robots videos recently. So I'm trying to do a bunch of different content. If you guys don't know me, you're not familiar with me, my brother does like animation and stuff like that. So he helps me a lot with the thumbnails and like the details and stuff like that. So I'm just curious, since Talking Dead's over and we pretty much know we're not getting anything else for until October, just curious what else you guys are into. The season finale is on again. Yeah, they repeat the season finale. There's hints in the last episode where season 10 is going. I mean, yeah, there probably is. I don't know if you're asking or telling me, but there probably is. My brother's on now. He's saying he thinks it's a stranger. A lot of people are saying stranger. They're saying 65% of the people on Talking Dead, like, which is basically the mass audience of Walking Dead fans or watch Talking Dead, 65% say they think it's a stranger. Seeing a smile on Daryl's face, though, I guess that was the point, Lewis. I guess it makes sense. They wanted you to see them in a graceful period. So they had a little snowball fight, did a little smiles, and that's what we're left with. There will be another group far away, and there'll be another exodus. Maybe, yeah, Ray, maybe you're right. Maybe they're building up the next group. But I feel like Alpha and her group are going to be the main focus of 10. Unless someone pointed this out to me. Someone said, what if Alpha and them are obviously not done with, but what if they're like too strong right now? Like Alpha and them are too big and too strong. They're like our people are like rebuilding now. Maybe they'll like skip a season where we won't really see them. Like, remember Terminus? We started hearing about Terminus for a while, and then like you didn't hear it, like you didn't see them. Same with Negan's people. We heard of Negan, and then like a season went by. My brother could be right. Maybe Alpha and Beta will like kind of like go away for a season, and they're going to bring in a new group of people or something. It could be. I'll send you pics of the radio. You have ow. I keep watching whatever you put up. I'll keep. Oh, okay. Thanks, Anthony. I'll keep watching. I mean, I try to mix it up. I see a lot of reactors focus on like certain genres, or maybe do 1 or 2 shows a week. I have 2 jobs. I run 2 businesses, and I still use all my spare time to do this because I have a ball doing it. I have a lot of fun. I'm not making any money doing this. I don't know if you can make money doing this at my level. I think I read you need to have like 1,000 subscribers before you can even monetize and stuff. None of that matters to me right now. I just do this for fun. So based on that, I try to get out as much randomness. Like you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen, if you go look on my channel, I have like reactions to the time lapse of the universe. I do anime, I do crime dramas, I do comedies, I do like everything. Rick will be with the stranger. Yeah, maybe that. Oh yeah, because there is a time jump. Maybe Rick's with, that's a good one. I like that. OMG, I like that. Maybe, yeah. Because I'm assuming Rick's still with him, but I'm forgetting that it's 5 years later. There's a huge time jump. So Rick could very easily be with a new group of people. Very good point. I think they'd say it was Rick, though. What do you mean? I think they'd say it was Rick. Seeing as much, you're saying like if it was Rick with a stranger, you think maybe they were about to. Maybe they're like, hey, is anyone out there? We're with Rick, but they just cut it off on us. Watch, the start of season 10 is going to continue that radio conversation. It's going to be like, we have Rick, and then they're going to figure it out. They need a lot of people. That's where Commonwealth come in. Yeah, that's what I think, Anthony. I think next season is going to totally forget about Alpha and Beta and all them. I think we might hear about them, hints here and there, but I think we're not going to see much of them. Maybe we'll see them building and stuff, but like nothing focused too strongly. I think next season is going to focus on meeting back up with Maggie, finding out Rick's alive, especially since the Rick movie's coming out next summer. So I think it's going to be finding Maggie again, knowing Rick's alive, and then possibly joining the Commonwealth and all that good stuff. Yeah, I agree. I think we're pretty much all on the same page here. You guys, I'm gonna do like another 5 minutes, and I'm probably gonna wrap it up because I've been going for 4 hours straight. It's 3 hours and 45 minutes I've been on live stream. I am a hungry person right now, and I still got to finish up some videos, and I still want to throw this up and like try to edit something together for people that didn't watch the live stream. So if you guys have any other questions or things to say, we'll finish it up. I'll do another couple minutes, and then we'll end it. I hope Rick's movie fails. I totally get that. I mean, I love the Walking Dead content in general, but yeah, I mean, let's be honest, it's not going to fail. I mean, the odds of the movie failing, you know how, I mean, I don't disagree with you, Anthony. I think that if it did fail, that Rick would run back quicker than we could say his name. But the community of Walking Dead is too big. I feel like even if just the fans went and saw it, although there's a strong possibility that they're isolating themselves in a box where like only Walking Dead fans will see it, they could actually hurt themselves. I've seen that happen before where like, you're like, oh, this movie, like look at Entourage. Good example. Entourage, fantastic show. Sex and the City, fantastic show. Like I watched them all. I mean, I had girlfriends at the time. I got hooked on it, but they came out with their own movies. Both like flopped. I mean, they probably still made money because they were low budget, but like you have a certain group of people that only watch those shows. So when you go to the movies, it's like, even as a fan, you want to believe that it'll hold its own, but it's very possible it won't. I notice I'm lagging a lot, guys. Sorry if it's lagging a lot. By the way, Anthony, there's a channel called Daryl Dixon that's just streamed the episode. You can watch it now. They streamed it, Lewis. They streamed the whole episode, like you could see it, like good quality. I'm just curious. If you didn't leave yet, Lewis, I was just curious. Did they stream the? I'm just curious how they got away with that. Copyright's gonna. If Lewis is right, you better go watch that quick, Anthony, because copyright's gonna take that down quick. Valdez, I am reacting to One Punch Man when it comes out. In case you don't know. All right, Lewis, I'm sorry I bother you. Take care, man. It was great talking to you. Thanks for joining. I hope to see you again, bro. But yeah, Valdez, I am reacting to One Punch Man. I've never seen season 1. Once I catch up on Rise of the Shield Hero, I'm gonna blow through season 1. But I've seen episode 1. I already reacted to it, but I didn't release anything yet because I already had too many shows going on. I didn't want to get bombarded. But I will be reacting to One Punch Man season 1 into season 2 if it interests you. I watched it, but thanks though. Oh, okay. Anthony already watched it. Yeah, Valdez. And like I do from time to time. I do polls. I like to engage with my subscribers a lot. Like I already am friends with most of them. If you ever have any comments or like questions, or you want to recommend things for me to stream, by all means do it. I usually get back to you pretty quick if you ask stuff. But definitely doing One Punch Man. Are you going to do this for Fear? Daniel D. I've never seen Fear. My sister has. When does Fear start? Does Fear start soon? Because maybe I'll start reacting to it and try to catch up because I want to watch it. I just never watched Fear. It was one of those things where, like, when it was out, I was doing other things. And I think Fear came out at a time where Talking Dead was on, like, a decline. And I was like, why would I start watching another show about a show that is already declining in my mind? But now that, like, in my opinion, Walking Dead this season took a huge step up. So June 2nd. June 2nd. All right. Let me see what I could do. June 2nd. That gives me 3. I honestly, if I do 2 episodes a week, I could probably catch up. So maybe I'll do it. I mean, I'm definitely going to do it at some point, but maybe I'll try to catch up and do it so I can watch those live. Bye. I'll be back. OMG. Thank you, bro. It's nice talking. But 3 movies of Rick, trying to find out who he is again. They already did that. Jadis better tell him what happened. Yeah, 3 Rick movies. I mean, we'll have to see what happens there. But if you guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Looks like a lot of people are, I mean, people keep coming in and out. I don't want to leave, but I need to finish some videos. I've been on almost 4 hours. So if you haven't yet, I hope you subscribe. I'm assuming most of you already did. Most of you already told me you did. Valdez, if you haven't, subscribe. You'll get notifications when I start doing One Punch Man. Daniel D, I post stuff all the time when I start doing new shows. One of the ones I'm doing is True Detective. It's going to finish quick because it's only 8 episodes. So maybe I'll rush into that or start doing 12. I'll figure it out. But I'll post videos when I start new shows or I have announcements, guys. So I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. A lot of you stuck with me for a long time. I really appreciate it. Hope you had fun. I did. Finale was a bit of a downer, bit of a kept you wanting, but hey, shit happens. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.